And we're live for another Startup TNT Top 20 Pitch Night. Welcome, everybody, here in Saskatoon and online. We're here for an exciting night with Startup TNT. I'm Jesse Weeb, your lead ambassador for Saskatchewan, and I've got my sidekick, Jeremy, here tonight.
How's it going, guys? Good to see everyone.
Yeah, he's very excited to be here. And I wanted to let you know that we're coming to you live here from Innovation Place in Saskatoon, but we're also on treaty territory here in Saskatchewan. We're on Treaty 6 in Saskatoon, and we're on Treaty 4 down in Regina. And tonight, we honor those elders whose stories this land carries. And we acknowledge that this land was a traditional meeting ground, gathering place, and traveling route for many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit. We acknowledge all who have walked on this land before us. We aim to create a safe space for all Indigenous communities at TNT. And tonight we honor their mission to gather the community and share stories. Storytelling has always been a big part of this land for generation. And we've got a lot of amazing stories to weave into the great tapestry that is the story of this place. And we're going to be doing that tonight as we start telling a number of stories from the different organizations that are involved with TNT, and of course, all the companies that are going to be pitching here tonight. And we're really excited for that, right? How excited are you, Jeremy, for your first ever TNT pitch night?
45 out of 10. Can't get any better. I'm ready to go. Now, you guys are too.
Yeah, so Jeremy is our operations intern here in Saskatchewan, just joined us, and we're really excited to have him involved. How have you been preparing for tonight?
Well, a lot of Zoom practice, going through slides, trying to make sure everything's fitting right, but we'll hope it goes as planned.
Yeah, so it's been 157 weeks that we've been doing Startup TNT, and in that time, we've managed to raise $6 million for 42 companies, all up there on that screen. We've got over 220 investors that have invested with us, and we're going to be increasing that number throughout this springtime here with TNT. And so I forgot to, we were kind of scrambling here as we got ready, so I forgot to prepare you for this. So you're gonna have some fun. We're gonna really test you out here. We're gonna play a little game and see what you know about our awesome best friends forever that we have here with Startup TNT. So when you think AM FM, what do you think?
AM FM radio.
Yeah, well, they're actually marketing, so close. We got BDC. What does BDC do?
Honestly, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah. Well, they actually do some really awesome lending and debt financing for innovation companies. We got RBCX.
Banking.
Yes, banking for the tech sector. Great friends. We've got Health Cities. You probably guessed.
Healthcare.
Yeah, they do help with the healthcare sector. They got some awesome funding from PrairieScan to help healthcare companies in Western Canada. We've got API, Applied Pharmaceutical Innovations.
There it is.
Yeah. Pretty straightforward. And finally, we got KRP.
Accountants.
There you go. He's got it. So we've got these awesome sponsors that are with us, and they're going to be doing your intros tonight. Then we've got some fantastic partners as well that help us out with Startup TNT. And I'm going to do a quick pop trivia here on these ones. So which of these partners has helped us close 42 deals with thousands of pages of paperwork in just a few clicks? Closing deals.
Closing deals.
There you go. Got it from the audience. I love that. Which one of these partners just gave us $780,000 in funding for the next 3 years?
Innovation.
No, PrairieScan. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, PrairieScan, for that funding. Very exciting. That announcement just happened a couple of weeks ago. And also, which one of these partners just put on the best tech conference that this province, this country, has ever seen last week? Collabs. That's very right. And we're very blessed to be working with them and our friends down at Cultivator, where Hassan and team is down there enjoying the satellite party. A lot of Regina folks came up here today as well, and we're really excited to have them with us. Nonetheless, none of this would really be possible without community support. And we've actually had a lot of really awesome community supporters jump up, throw in a little bit here and there, buy the bar tab at a pitch night. Jeff from River City Innovations, I give him a big shout out because he's one of our first sponsors, community supporters here in Saskatchewan. along with Sharita, who we're going to hear from in a minute. And yeah, also Red Thread Ventures has been a big supporter here on the Saskatchewan side. So why do we invest in startups, Jeremy?
First off, you can make a lot of friends investing in startups.
Absolutely.
Second off,
And it's a lot of fun, right?
it
We
is
have
a lot
fun,
of
we make
fun,
friends,
a lot
and then
of
we get to
fun.
build companies,
Yes.
right? And startups also, you know, they're high impact, right? That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to change the world. They're exciting. We love to back these companies, right? They're doing a lot of amazing things, and it's a hard journey, and it takes a community behind them to help them grow and help them get to where they need to go. And that's what we're going to be doing here tonight, is celebrating those companies. And then in 6 weeks at our finale night, we're going to invest in at least one of them, but I'm guarantee it's going to be more. Right? It's always more, Jeremy. It's always more.
It's always more.
Yeah. Right. So for this top 20 pitch night, what do we got? Well, actually, we've got 100 applicants between Alberta and Saskatchewan. We're going to have over 100 investors. There's actually 3 of these events happening right now. There's one in Calgary and there's one in Edmonton. And as of course, there's a satellite party down in Regina. Actually, over 400 people have signed up to watch all of these pitch nights. A lot of people joining us online. Thank you for doing that. And we're going to be looking to raise over 1.5 million for probably like 10 companies on June 23rd. And that's very exciting. And at least one of those is going to come from Saskatchewan. But as I said, there's always going to be more. So, right, let's get this party going. But really quick, let's tell you how this works. What we're doing with TNT. So each of our investors, a lot of them here in this room, maybe put up your hand real quick if you want to. Who are the investors with us today? Got a few, right? They've all pre-committed already, $5,000 into the hat, right? And so we've got like 31 in Saskatchewan so far, but I think we're on track for about 40. And we'll have like between 150 and 200K that's going to be invested in at least one of these companies that's going to be pitching tonight. And the investors are going to be collaborating over the next 6 weeks to do the due diligence. They're going to cut these companies from 20 down to 5 that are going to pitch at the finale night. And the decision is going to be made live on June 23rd, right? Live in person. And then like check goes in the bank next week, the week after, sorry, by the 30th. Yeah, so it's very exciting. And tonight, so let's get going with the pitches. And we're going to kick off tonight with a very special kickoff that TNT has never actually done before. But we're really excited that now, because we've grown so much over the years, we're going to be able to do this. And that's having a winner of a previous summit come through and do a pitch as they raise their next round, looking to raise both from our angels and also connecting with the community. So I'm really excited to have the winner of our first ever summit that we did about a year ago with Valhalla, our friends at Valhalla, even before I even joined TNT. But I've had the opportunity to meet Jessica from memoryKPR. And we share a name, so of course I'm gonna love her. But she's just fantastic, and she's building an incredibly impactful company that's just changing the game on storing and saving your memories for the future. So with that, I think we're gonna get Jessica up on the screen here, and she'll take it away.
Well, sweet. Thank you, guy with the best name.
Hey, all right, Jessica. The stage is yours, and I'll come back right after to do a little Q&A.
All right. I just want to confirm, being first here, that you all can see my screen.
We sure can.
Excellent. Can you all see my finger? I have to put a plug in because we're at the cultivator right now. Okay. So I'm really excited to get to go first. So I'm just going to dive right in if it's all right with everyone. Hearing nothing, I'm going to say yes, it's all right with everyone. So hello, I'm Jessica McNaughton. I'm with memoryKPR Technologies. I first want to start by telling you we're embarking on a round to raise $750,000. It's partially filled already on a convertible note and hoping to close this this July or August. The funds will go directly into fueling aggressive customer acquisition, customer conversion, and increasing revenue per user. These funds will go even further than the 750 as we will continue to access IRAP, ICTC, Venture for Canada, and SHRED funding as we have so far and been successful. So memoryKPR. memoryKPR is a digital platform that allows you to save, store, design, and protect your story forever. So why does it matter? Let me guess, you've got a couple laptops in the basement, maybe a couple hard drives in your desk, some USB sticks lying around, maybe 1, 2, 3 social media accounts, a Google Drive with like 13,472 pictures in it, and maybe, depending on your age, a couple shoe boxes in the basement with some pictures and some old VHS home videos. You're not alone. You're in a large crowd of people who have this problem and have no solution to solve it. This year alone, 1.4 trillion pieces of media will be captured. And with about 3 billion users on social media, on Facebook alone right now, you're in this boat with a lot of other people. So you have a problem, but not for long. We're here to solve this. memoryKPR is a solution. It's a hub that integrates with all these platforms I mentioned and helps you integrate those pieces of media into special stories. You can add pictures, videos, voice, text. You can curate them into memories, stories, chapters, and you can have a number of stories. So you can catch up with all that media that's all those places, but then you can continue to add to your stories as time goes on. Like I just did last week when my daughter confirmed that she made it to nationals and left me a really excited voicemail. That's in the memoryKPR that I have that's got all the media from when she was born to now. So even if you've got that shoebox, we have partners that can help you convert it into a memoryKPR really easily. So we started about 2 years ago, and we now have B2B and B2C paying customers. We've doubled our user base since January, and we're consistently hitting month over month 30% plus growth. We have a free product, a paid product, and we have a business product. And on on June 19th, we're also launching affiliate deals with companies like Mixbook to be able to scrape additional margin off products that our consumers need. This is an emerging market. So a recent Berkshire Hathaway report suggested that this space is going to grow by 18.3% year over year for the next 7 to 8 years. We've recently been accepted as one of 8 companies in a digital accelerator in Silicon Valley. And one of our coaches there compared this space to the password space, where 10 years ago, you didn't know you needed a software to manage your password. And yet fast forward 10 years and 1Password had one of the largest capital raises in Canadian history. There are unique times in technology where habit shifts. And so the technology forces a habit shift, and then new products that serve these habit shifts lag. But once they do show up with the right product, the right position, they are well positioned to grow quickly. We believe we are in that position. I don't have time to tell you about all our partnerships, pilots, and our great team. However, I can guarantee that in this short period of time, we've created all this because we are a smart, driven, and very cohesive team that believes that stories matter and passing on meaningful stories to the future matters most. Thank you. I'm open to questions.
Kicking it off. Woo! Big round of applause here from the Saskatoon side.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us from Regina there. Yeah, just so you were the winner of our first ever summit. You raised, what was the number again?
The total raise was 165,000, and really that was all we've raised. So that's fueled everything we've done so far.
Yeah, well, you partially answered my first question then. That's very exciting. 165,000 from Angels for our first ever summit in Saskatchewan. Very exciting. You mentioned a few impacts. So let's just hit them again. What were the major 3 impacts of winning that summit that allowed you to get here to this moment?
I mean, it allowed us to mature our product. It allowed us to invest in customer acquisition, and it allowed us to retain the talent that we have. So we're a fairly new company, but we've all been around for almost all of it. And so just the knowledge and the emotional commitment to this project and this company is really strong.
Yeah. So you're going through a lot of stuff there. Let's just hit on it again. You're raising 750,000. Why do you need the money? Why do you need it now? And what are you going to be doing with it?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy to say that this money isn't about keeping the lights on. This is about investing in more aggressive customer acquisition. My background is merger and acquisitions. I know that this space in the next 10 years is going to be highly consolidated. And I know the people that are going to win are going to have the best product that are easiest to use and have the most customers. So we need to invest in more aggressive customer acquisition, which is, I would say, since January, we've really found our groove to be able to do that. And then we also really need to invest in how we convert those customers to paid customers and how we retain them. Our retention rate is over 95% right now. So we're doing pretty good in that space, but really investing in growing the market, growing our user base, and partnerships like the Mixbook one to grow revenue per user.
Love that. Flowing
Yes.
fuel on a fire on a rocket ship that's already headed to the moon, Jessica. Just one last quick question here. Any advice for all these folks pitching tonight from a past winner?
Honestly, have fun. Like last year was so great for me because I actually didn't think I had a chance. So I thought, I love my product and I love what we're doing with it. So I'm just going to speak to that. And I spoke from the heart, and I probably didn't follow any conventional path. But I believed in what I was saying, and it worked. So yeah, just do that. You're doing this because you love it. So
love that advice. One more time for Jessica, past winner. Thanks for joining us. So with that, let's get into the main action here. Thanks for joining us at home. Just really quick housekeeping for the room. There is drinks bar over there, food here, washrooms in the corner, because we're going to be going through 22 pitches, actually. I know it's a top 20 pitch night, a little deceptive. Our investors couldn't decide on just 20, so we got 22. Which is very exciting. So this is how it's going to work. Basically exactly the same as that just worked right there, except you're not going to have to hear me talk most of the time. We're going to bring up other people, and they're going to get to do all of it. So we're going to bring up our co-host first, and then I'm going to bring I'm also going to introduce our Q&A-er. In between, you'll see the pitch. And with that, I'd love to bring up Stephanie from Sherpa, who is going to talk to us a little bit about this really exciting new program that you guys just launched. Well, actually renamed, rebranding, super exciting. I think you're going to hear about that.
Jesse's a very tough act to follow. Just a lot of energy, and I just, it's like 4:20. It's been a long day. Anyway, thank you for that. I'm Stephanie Young. As Jesse said, I'm with SREDA, Saskatoon Regional Economic Development Authority. I challenge you to say that 5 times and see how fast you can get. I've recently just started as the Director of Government Relations and Partnerships, and at SREDA, we are an economic development authority focused on job creation, economic growth, business attraction, talent attraction. Of course, a huge part of that for us is entrepreneurship. And as Jesse said, we had a program known as Square One. We've recently rebranded it to SaaS Startup Institute. We actually have an event going on tonight for SaaS Startup Institute with entrepreneurs and experts. So some of our team's there, some of our team is here. Tyler from SREDA is here. So that's great to have him here to support. But for tech, it's an incredibly important part of economic growth and development and expansion and attracting the right kind of talent that you want. So SREDA's got a great trip called Triple T, the Tech Trip. It's a very, very easy name. So what you need to do is if you go to our website and look up Triple T, just TTT, you can find an application form to fill out. And if you're selected by our committee, we will fund your trip to Startup Festival in July 13th to 15th. We have a huge Saskatchewan cohort going. We've got people coming from Collabs. We're combining with Cultivator.
I'm going.
Yeah, well, Jesse's why wouldn't Jesse be there, right? We want to have a really strong Saskatchewan presence. So I highly encourage all the entrepreneurs today to check out our website and to fill out the application for Triple T. Applications do close tomorrow, but the application will take you like 3 minutes to do. So, okay, that's my little spiel about SREDA. We'll get on to people much more exciting than me, and I get to have the pleasure of introducing a couple fantastic entrepreneurs. So the first one that is up to pitch is CreditGurus. And we will be having Gary.
No,
Fred. I meant Fred. You know why? It's because I was actually practicing your last name, Fred. Because I was like, that's really hard. Why couldn't I get Neil Anderson? I already know him. But Fred, come on up and do your presentation.
Or actually,
he's screen sharing.
sorry, Fred, we can't hear you yet.
And can you see my screen?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, now we're good. You're all good. Let's go.
Excellent. Hi, I'm Fred from CreditGurus. Do you believe that credit approval is easy for everyone? Interesting statistic. 46% of Canadians that apply for credit are declined for credit offerings. The results are applicants making financial decisions out of desperation. Managing retail credit is not easy for everyone. Every month, over 1 million Canadians apply for retail credit, and 2/3 are classified as subprime or near prime. These applicants are left without access to safe and secure finance sources. And with the world economy cooling off, this will become a bigger problem for the average Canadian family. Our solution? Let's help the applicant improve their credit. It would considerably improve the life of the applicant and their family, and it would create future clients for the retailer. We've designed a virtual credit improvement process that is easy and private for the applicant to use. There's no barrier to entry. Everyone is accepted, and no credit check is required to get started. CreditGurus provides ongoing applicant support with free monthly credit coaching that helps the applicant stay in network and on the path to success. Our support provides a safe and protected environment free from the current predatory system. So how does it work? Our proprietary credit algorithm pre-qualifies the applicant into our 3 credit improvement verticals. Our applicants are connected to a suite of licensed, vetted, non-predatory experts. We began offering CreditGurus in the automotive industry, a massive industry that generates over 2.4 million auto loans every year and accesses over 9 million retail credit reports annually. We launched our MVP pilot to 15 retailers in 3 provinces and have begun testing with 1 automotive lender. CreditGurus is versatile and has been designed to work with retailers where credit purchases are offered. We are continuing to offer our pilot as we build and launch our app in early Q4 of 2022. Our monetization is 2-sided with a monthly subscription from our retailers and a combination of paid per lead and per conversion from our credit providers. We are seeking investment to develop our app and to increase our sales and marketing. Join us on our mission to change the retail credit experience for all Canadians.
Good job, Fred. Way to kick us off on our first pitch of the top 22. And I'm going to bring up Jim Nowakowski, founder of J&E Welding here in Saskatoon, to do the Q&A. So here we go.
Thank you. Great pitch, Fred. Quick couple of questions for you.
I'm sorry, Jim, I'm having a little bit of a hard time hearing you.
Can you hear me better now?
A little bit, yes.
How's this now, Fred? Any better?
That's a little better.
All right. Okay, my first question for you is, what type of retailers have you been successful in getting on board right now? We understand automotive, but is there other areas as well?
At this time, Jim, we're focusing on the automotive sector, and that's the 15 retailers that we've onboarded. And the lender that we've chosen is also automotive derived.
Okay. Is there plans to expand it beyond automotive, though?
Yes, we've designed CreditGurus to be very versatile, to be able to collect the application at the point of decline, which is very common in the credit processes in the retail credit process, from automotive to furniture lending to others.
And tell us a little bit about how you are marketing to your retailers.
Great question. Thanks, Jim. Great question. Thanks, Jim. That was actually a big problem for us as well, was figuring out how we were going to go to market. And recently, what we've done is we've contacted many of the subprime lenders. And the subprime banks feel that we are a fantastic value-added service that they actually want to use as an acquisition and conquest tool with all of their dealerships. And for instance, to be able to say, if you give us first look at your paper this month, we will cover your CreditGurus subscription.
Very good. Thank you, Fred. Good luck. All the best going forward. Back to Stephanie.
Thank you, Jim.
Thanks, Jim. Okay, I should have said hi earlier, Jim. I know your wife and admired you and J&E for years. So tough questions coming up for all you presenters. Okay, second one up is Pathfinder 365, and that is Connor Phillips. You're up.
I feel the love in the room. Thank you. Yeah, okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming out so early in the afternoon. There's a colossal flaw in tourism, but by approaching things from a different perspective, Pathfinder will be a game changer for the $96 billion Canadian tourism industry. Before we dig in though, some quick introductions. My name is Connor, and I have 7 years working directly in the tourism industry and 20 years in sales and marketing. I also have a team of highly skilled developers and designers, and the MVP is in the process of launching right now, and we're going through live user testing. All right, now let me explain. Every day, thousands of people ponder how to spend their upcoming free time. Unfortunately, in a vast industry like tourism, the possibilities are almost limitless. So it should be pretty easy, right? After all, we have been doing tourism for quite a long time. Unfortunately, as the industry has grown, there's been a steady tilt towards the practice of top-tier monetization, which is a focus on the highly monetizable 1% or so of the market. Through the use of a variety of clever algorithms, the industry players manipulate your searches and herd you down a path that shows you what's easiest for them to monetize and to profit from. Airbnb and TripAdvisor are the leaders at doing this, but all the small players do it too. And really, from their perspective, there's nothing wrong with doing this. But if you're one of the businesses that falls in the 99% that these algorithms filter out, this can be a pretty tough hurdle to overcome, maybe even impossible. And as a curious traveler, when algorithms are constantly throwing a top 10 list at you, it can be pretty difficult to organically explore and discover the world around you. This is the void that Pathfinder nurtures. As a microtourism business owner that consistently lacks the time and resources to manage it all, you'll join a community where you can showcase your products and services on a level playing field and harness the power of the only tourism aggregator that's also a promotional, marketing, and reservation system, and that's been built with the needs of your business at the core of its design. As a traveler, you'll be able to virtually explore a world of possibilities on an interactive atlas without the interference of popularity indexes. Your curiosity will be your only guide as you unfold your next adventure. Pathfinder's revenue model is a mix of commissions, memberships, and promotions. They'll all be deployed in tandem and then modified as we learn and evolve in the markets. I'm focusing on the prairies to start, which has a SAM of $4.38 billion, with a full Western expansion in the very near future and an Eastern expansion to come. At the moment, I'm looking for an SEO and social media strategist to help me drive exponential growth. I'm continuously expanding my contacts in the tourism industry and looking to expand that across Canada. And at the moment, I'm also seeking $500,000 in financing to help me expand my team and continue growing the platform. Thank you. Hello, Jim.
Hello, Connor. Good pitch.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you too. So, question for you.
Yes.
It's a very interesting concept, but help us understand a little bit better as how the average traveler is actually going to access this. Are they going to find the people online, like the different tourist destinations online, because you're tied into the tourist destination, or are you somehow working through the people that are tourists first?
Well, yeah, it's a chicken or the egg because it is a marketplace. I'm going to actually be going after the businesses in a much stronger focus because they're more accessible. And then there'll be a more nuanced approach to glean the traveler side. And really, in order for them to find value, there needs to be a lot on the map anyway. So just to clarify too, with it being a two-sided marketplace, Pathfinder is essentially a digital exploration tool. So you go onto this map, and it's built into a web platform right now. So you log onto the URL, and you're immediately on a map, and you literally just start scrolling across, and there's all these little profile bubbles, and you pop them open and learn about those businesses. There will be a search feature as well, but the algorithm won't be popularity or financially influenced. It'll be word searching. So if you really want to know, you want to do something with horseback riding, then you just Google Pathfinder search horse, and then it'll narrow it down to ranches and that sort of thing. But other than that, the idea is that it gives people the ability to discover the things they didn't know exist. And as soon as you start Google searching or TripAdvisor searching with keywords, you're immediately funneled down paths that don't show you everything, and it isolates.
So it sounds to me like it's quite scalable. How do you reach tourism destinations far beyond your region now? Like, what's your steps of growth?
Absolutely, yeah. So the steps of growth, that's why I'm focusing on Saskatchewan to start, because this is the market I know, and I have a lot of contacts here and a lot of champions and allies, and so this is the birthplace. And then we will be scaling across Canada, and it'll be through a lot of direct sales, a lot of contacts through the regional tourism elements, like their CMOs and DMOs, and then of course the Destination Alberta and those groups, and having them champion the product. Because the thing is, I'm not a competitor to them. I'm actually enabling them to do their job better by harnessing a tool that will showcase their entire breadth of their community. So
sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Connor.
Thank you.
All the best. Good
Thank
luck.
It's our first in-person pitch night, like mostly in person. I know we got a few virtual people in the nature of the current situation in the world. So this is a little bit of growing pains, but I love it. Connor, thanks for going first, going on stage here. And thank you so much to Stephanie from Sherita and Jim for kicking us off on that first block. With that, we're going to move to our next block of companies, and our next best friend here, a gentleman that might become the next startup lawyer. Most people know the startup lawyer here in Saskatchewan as Joe Gill, but Cole Wilson from Recurture here is on the rise, and we're really happy to have him here to represent Recurture, our best friends, and talk a little bit more about what they're doing for the startup sector.
Great, thank you, Jesse. Yeah, like you said, my name is Cole Wilson. I'm an associate lawyer at Recurture LLP here in Saskatoon.
On our platform,
We're one of
we've
Saskatchewan's
partnered with
oldest and largest.
and counting retailers and builders.
There we go. Oldest and largest law firms, and like Jesse said, many of you in the room have had the pleasure of working with Joe Gill, and now you're wondering who's this younger, better-looking lawyer in the room, and now you know. But Joe and I have had the pleasure of working with numerous startups throughout the province. It's extremely rewarding work. I'm proud to do it, and I'm proud to be here on behalf of Recurture and help with startup TNT and support everything they do. A great organization. So with that, I'll pass it to our next presenter. We have Blaine Corte of fidu.
All right. Hi, everybody. I am Blaine. I am a co-founder of fidu, and we are changing the business model of a $1 trillion legal industry. Today, lawyers are rapidly switching to better business models like flat fees and subscriptions from billing by the hour. In fact, the number of law firms switching to subscriptions has grown by 800% in 2020, and 60% of firms today offer flat fees. Now, when traditional lawyers kind of switch to these better business models, the workflows that they take with them are they are full of manual processes. They're really slow, and they simply don't scale. And they're severely limited in margin. I should have looked at my slide. There we go. So fidu solves this through automation and collaboration. fidu takes those workflows, automates 60% of the steps in those workflows, and oh, this is not good. Anyways, and we increase our margin by 5x by taking that 60% of that workflow out of the solution. We are operating in a growing trend in a very large market. As I said before, 60% of firms are offering subscriptions today. The number of firms offering subscriptions is growing 800% year over year. And we have expansion opportunities into more than just legal. We're taking a unique approach to solving the problem of scaling legal workflows. So it really, to solve this problem, it takes information, action, and automation all together, whereas competitors take one of those pieces, handle that. It really takes an all-in-one solution to solve this problem. We sell fidu to law firms and legal teams and acquire customers through inbound and partnerships. Now, there's a large opportunity for us to attract customers through bar associations and law societies. Pretty much every lawyer is involved in one of them. They're incentivized and often mandated to offer education on the topics that we provide. So there's a really natural partnership there. We are in market, we're launched, we have passionate paying customers, and the industry is taking note. Back in October, we pitched, a lot better in this pitch today, at an industry competition. We won $100,000 US, had a bunch of leads, and really proved out our model through that. We were also viewers' choice, which is always fun. We are a founding team with really deep experience. My co-founder, Kim, is quite literally the world expert on the subject. She's taught over 100 law firms on how to switch to subscriptions. I've been building products my entire career. I have about 8 years in legal tech, so we have a ton of experience. We are raising $750,000 to build out and tackle this market. We are going to hire a growth team, a product team, and do that over the next 18 months. So, thank you.
Woo! Way to go, Blaine. Don't go anywhere. We've got Tahira coming on stage from virtual world. Unfortunately, she had to call in from home today, but we still love to have her. If we can get her on stage here. There she is.
Hi, everyone. Still recovering from COVID, so thought I'd stay home today.
Perfect.
Yeah, no, thank you, Blaine. That sounds really cool. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, sounds really cool. My first question is, do you already have, I know you talked about, and I see this, like there's different industries where your product could move to. Is that something you would move to pretty quickly, or are you looking to saturate the legal industry before you think about moving on?
The timing is an interesting question. We have these deep connections in the industry. We have we have these natural fits with bar associations and partners there. But we've always talked about this product working in a number of industries, accounting, psychology, a lot of different industries. Really, any industry that takes a professional service and is doing things one-to-one right now, we can help streamline that a lot. So there's a ton of opportunity. I think the time horizon is closer than anything. It's not the first step, though, of course.
Great. And another thing I'm curious about is your the mix of your sales between like the larger firms and the smaller practitioners.
Yeah, so we focus specifically on the solo firms today. They're quicker to act. They're reachable. They're more often in social media. There's a ton of little Facebook groups that they're always in, so they're really reachable today. The plan is to what we've already started doing is build out the customer base in the smaller firms, build out the success stories and the case studies, and then slowly move up market there. But the beautiful thing about the strategy of going through bar associations is they're all there. So we kind of have, natural jumping points to scale up market.
Great. Thank you very much and good luck.
Thanks.
All right, our next presenter is Neil Anderson of SkillShark Software.
It's in the middle there. Just give it a second. Okay. Filling Joe Gill's shoes. Those are some mighty polished shoes to be filling. That's a steep challenge. All right. My name is Neil Anderson, founder of SkillShark Software, and we're all about making youth athlete evaluations easy. I'm an engineer from the U of S, and my background for my engineering career was optimizing industrial processes in Saskatchewan, and combine that with my love of playing or coaching competitive softball. That's where I saw the need for SkillShark. So picture taking your child out for tryouts, where pen and paper is being used to gather data on their abilities. SkillShark solves the three biggest problems in youth sports all around the globe. First, we save the organization from having to do double the data entry, putting that data entry into a spreadsheet after the fact to make sense of it. Second, the athletes receive zero feedback after a tryout. And third, the parents who want direction. Just tell me what I need to work with my kid and I'll do it. None of that's being done today. So SkillShark solves all of these three problems. It is quick, simple, and informative. The organizations save a ton of time not having to do data entry twice. The athletes finally receive very professional report cards in a mobile-friendly format, and parents finally receive direction with developmental videos on how they can improve. SkillShark is a SaaS B2B model company. Our atomic unit is selling athlete license subscriptions on an annual basis to youth sport organizations and academies around the globe. We're currently on track to do 220,000 ARR this year, and we forecast in 2023 to do $750,000, and we have a very clear vision on how to achieve that. We have testimonials from some of our passionate organizations around the globe. We're solving a very real problem out there for users. The sports data analytics market is growing on average 30% year over year and is expected to be a $78 billion market by 2026. SkillShark is going to be part of that. We have customers, actually, we signed all of our major contracts during COVID, including the largest sport organization in the world, the USSSA, and most recently, the Houston Astros, who just used us last weekend for a youth sport academy. Our team is based here in Saskatchewan. We're very proud to be Saskatchewan owned and operated, and our team is incredibly focused on providing the best product and the best support for our customers. We just started a $2 million seed round, and if you share the vision that pen and paper is a thing of the past for youth sport evaluations, we'd love to have you join our team and share our vision. Thank you.
Tahira, take it away.
Okay, thank you. Sounds really cool. Is there anyone doing something similar?
Yeah, we have like 99, we have one main competitor in the market. They're based out of Minneapolis. But honestly, our main competitor is pen and paper, which 99% of the organizations are using. So our marketing strategy is all about educating coaches and youth sport organizations.
Okay, and so of that one competitor, what sets you apart from them?
Tons. Great question. There are significant things. We get customers all the time that compare us. We have now, of course, you have to take this with a grain of salt because I'm the founder, but we have a user interface that kicks their butt. And we have things like a patent. We have things like mobile-friendly report cards, which they just send out PDFs. We have leaderboards for academies. And we also have automatic developmental videos. So you can set up rules saying if a kid scores lower than blanket of 10 on hitting mechanics, that they automatically get tagged with a hitting mechanic developmental video that the group deems appropriate. They have none of those things. 3 years ago, I'll tell you, they were ahead of us about on 7 things when we did an analysis, but our development team has surged past them in almost every respect.
Cool. And last question, you mentioned you have there was a graph with an upward revenue movement. You had a very clear plan of how to get up there. So just maybe the next 2 to 3 steps you could enlighten us.
On how we're hitting that revenue target?
Or yeah,
2023?
what
Sure.
that plan is next.
Yeah, a number of our organizations, a lot of times, for example, a minor hockey organization will start off with a certain age group to test out the technology and make sure it's going to work. And then they say, wow, this worked great for our 12Us. We're going to launch it amongst all our age groups the next year. We also have a signed contract with a group that's just kicking off, and they're expected to have tens of thousands of kids starting up this fall. It's a youth baseball organization in the US, and they use SkillShark at the core of its business model. So organizations like that and partnerships with the largest youth sport org in the world, it's a matter of planting those seeds and then spreading out the message in those organizations.
Great. Thank you so much and have a good night.
Great, thank you, Neil. And I do think my shoes are shiny enough. I might not own enough pink and purple suits, but my shoes are there, so. Our next presenter is Rick Wingate of Sherpa ERP.
Everyone's taller than I am. My name is Rick Wingate. I'm the CEO and founding partner of Sherpa ERP. We're a cloud-based rapid deploy management suite for small, medium-sized businesses and manufacturers. Sorry. Two guys walked into boffins. All right, so we're a rapid deploy cloud-based business management company. We're focused on small, medium-sized manufacturers and wholesalers, predominantly in the food and beverage industry. What we find is cost and complexity. Small businesses are really struggling to reach their potential. They can't manage what they can't see. They're focused on spreadsheets and paper and maybe working with QuickBooks, and they can't see their business in real time. Limited resources, especially as we all know in the IT sector, is a huge drag on their company's performance. Our solution is Sherpa ERP. We spent 3 years building the broadest based ERP product in the marketplace for small, medium-sized businesses. We work on everything from procurement right through to shipping in an intuitive dashboard that the entire team works with. This is the first area here. This is the completely customizable based on the user and a partner using it. That Jesse wanted me to put in a picture of the product, so there it is. Our target market is massive. 60 million users on QuickBooks, 6 million can use our product. We've got a total addressable market of $7.2 billion. Our average SaaS contract is $1,110 per month, and our long-term value right now is over $40,000 and growing. It's only at 40 right now because we've only been in business for 3 years. Our advantage is rapid deploy. We're up in hours and days, not months and years. We're a guided onboarding experience with our Sherpas, as you see here. We're employee engaged, we're collaborative, and most notably, we're built by owners for owners. We've worked very hard on our Sherpa direct sales and value-added partners, and I'm happy to announce here tonight that we launched last month with Vendasta, which is our first marketplace. We're also the first Saskatchewan tech company to be launched on the Vendasta platform. We're working to dominate this space. We want to be in the top right corner of low cost and user-friendly. We have an experienced leadership team. Everybody in here has deep experience in the small, medium-sized businesses, both in terms of business itself, but also in the development with our development team led by Brian and Kirsten. A roadmap, as you can see in the middle, we've just launched with Vendasta as we finished up our product And we're moving towards a Series A over the next 4 to 6 quarters with a $1 million goal in our ARR. Financials, we are a product that is looking to have hundreds of new users. We don't need thousands and millions. At $1,100 per month, we can scale very rapidly and have a very strong, robust bootstrapping capability, which we think will grab a very nice multiple for our potential investors. Our goal is to raise $2.5 million, 60%, which will be going directly into sales and marketing, with another 40% going into the traditional maintenance and onboarding and growth of our product. The thing about Sherpa right now is we're investment ready. We've got the experienced team, we've got product market fit, initial traction, we're market ready, and we can do $1 million ARR in the next 4 to 6 quarters. Thank you for your time.
Tahira, you're up.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know I was still up. Okay. That's really cool. I work with a lot of small businesses who need that type of information. Can you, did you say $1,100 per month for the software?
Yeah, right now we've launched our largest product. It's our medium product with 8 licenses at that level. And then we're moving down market to our introductory level. We have a freemium and a $49.95. But we stayed up at the higher level right now to build out the product and prove proof of concept.
Okay, so eventually you want to be at the $50 per month price point.
Yeah, we have a our freemium product, and then we've got a $49.95 entry product where you get the QuickBooks sync.
Okay, and can you tell us a little bit about, for non-techie, what it means to launch on the Vendasta platform?
18 months, a lot of work and a lot of money and a lot of support by them. But yeah, it was a good challenge. This is going to allow us to scale in other marketplaces like QuickBooks and ShipStation and HubSpot. And Vendasta was great to partner with to help us get onto their platform.
Oh, so that means that your app is just hosted by them. Sorry, I'm just not technical at all.
No, Vendasta is selling our product now. We're one of the products that they offer on their platform to their digital resellers.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's all the questions I have. Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rick, all the presenters, Neil and Blaine as well, and that block. That was awesome. And now we're going to keep it going. How's everybody enjoying? That's like a quarter of the way through the pitches. That was pretty exciting, right? Hope you're enjoying the drinks. Make sure you keep getting that. And in the meantime, we're going to be bringing up Mike Wolfspeld, good friend of Startup TNT, to introduce our next companies. You didn't know you were introducing companies? Oh, we forgot to tell Mike he was doing it. This is why Mike he's always ready though, right, to jump on board. You can jump in. I'll tell you here in 1 second. But while you do that, why don't you talk a little bit about Innovation Place and what you're doing?
All right, so thanks, Jesse. I'm here on double duty a little bit. I'm an investor and ambassador with Startup TNT, but I'm also a senior manager business development with Innovation Place. So you are in Innovation Place right now. Welcome everybody who hasn't been here before. We're basically Saskatchewan's tech hub. We've got parks in Saskatoon and Regina. We're here to help grow the tech sector with infrastructure, resources, and different supports, and all that good stuff. So this is goddamn small. Runnr. Okay, we got Lewis from Runnr coming next.
Look at the Slack. I was like, how did you do that? Oh, what? Screen here. Oh, geez.
From there.
Where are we? Sure. That's great. So it's fun. Technical difficulties every time.
Should be able to click back.
There you go.
Perfect. Well, hello everyone. My name is Lewis. I'm the co-founder and CEO here at Runnr. Oh. Yeah. So the problem is many industrial companies currently schedule urgent deliveries many times throughout their day-to-day operations. And these deliveries vary in different size and weights and pop up sporadically throughout the day. However, their current solution that they rely on are local courier and hotshot companies that are both unreliable and offer outdated methods to service these organizations. So what these outdated methods lead to is wasted time, slow delivery response times, lack of transparency, and inefficient processes. So why is this a problem for these industrial companies? It's a problem because this unreliability and lack of transparency leads to lost productivity within the organization and cost overruns that can vary anywhere from hundreds to thousands of dollars an hour, depending on how many people and pieces of equipment are held up waiting for these parts to come in. And ultimately, at the end of the day, it leads to pissed off customers who are left having to pay the added cost to their project bills. So what is our solution? Our solution is an end-to-end proprietary platform built specifically for the industrial sector that connects these businesses to a network of available drivers. And what this looks like is we help them save time through an easy-to-use online scheduler that allows them to schedule deliveries really easy in under 30 seconds, where compared to now, they have to call in and schedule deliveries. We offer faster deliveries through our smart dispatching, where currently they two-way radio dispatch drivers. We have a fully transparent platform with delivery tracking, where currently there's no tracking at all. And then we remove the administrative burden by going completely paperless, where current companies require these industrial services to fill out paper documents. So how do we know that Runnr is actually solving a problem that these industrial companies care about? We have over 13,000 a month in recurring revenue and quickly growing. We've done over 26,000 deliveries to date. We have over 50 industrial companies signed up on our platform and a less than 1% per year churn rate of the organizations we onboard. The market size of what Runnr's space that we're operating in is a $56 billion a year market. And these are some of the primary competitors in North America that we have. But as you can see, Runnr is the only company tailoring our solution for the industrial sector. These are some of the brands that we currently service here in Saskatoon, both local and national. And these are some of the parts that we deliver for these companies, ranging from small items all the way to large items that require flat deck trucks. So here's our team. We've quickly grown a team of 5, and we're continuing to grow as we look to scale operations. And here's our advisors and mentors that are helping us navigate the different challenges that come up as we do look to scale operations into new markets. So with that being said, the reason why we're here is we're looking to raise $600,000 to help fund and fuel our expansion to Regina and Edmonton, as well as hire out key talent and expand our fleet offerings in these markets. So with that being said, why walk with other investments when you can run with us here at Runnr? Thank you.
Thank you. I think I'm up again for questions. Can you tell us about any sort of niche, or do you just, is it kind of anyone that works in the industrial market?
Yeah, good question. So we have several, I guess, niches. So think of like heavy equipment, mining, oil and gas, agriculture. Those are some industries that we service. Basically, these are the type of companies that require parts picked up and delivered urgently, and it's kind of, they don't care the price. So, and those are the type of companies that we focus on right now, because the current solutions are these old school local courier and hotshot companies. So.
Cool. And so are you hooking them up with like local drivers? Do you have
So we actually do kind of a hybrid model. So we actually have owner operators or contract drivers, but for some of our larger equipment, we actually own some of the trucks, and we provide that just because not everyone has a 3-ton flat deck truck. So we do have to get creative, but there are actually with other courier companies, owner operators that we're actually pulling from and are coming to drive with us because we offer better pay. So.
Okay, so your expansion would be you have the technology, but you also have the fleet or partnerships with fleet to in every place you operate.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, Great. And can you tell us again what you're doing with the raise?
Yeah, so we're looking to hire a key team. So we're going to be expanding. So we need to hire out some more developers, obviously. Actually, have in that slide, I have a better breakdown of it. Oh, I can't go. So we're looking to hire out developers, other operations, and then also some of it is actually going towards funding some of the fleet. So potential leases as we enter new markets, just so that we can offer the certain fleet that we need to service a lot of these industrial companies. So.
Great. Thank you very much, Louis.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Louis. I had the pleasure of sharing a few beers with Louis and his team last week at the UP conference. Real sharp team, even with a few pints in them. So we'll keep following them pretty well. From moving auto parts to moving kids, we're moving into Kago, from Jeff from Kago.
You guys hear me okay? Maybe that's a little better. Okay, which way is which? Big one forward. That one right there? Okay. Hi, I'm Jeff Simpson. Back when my co-founder and I, Megan, were growing up, it was much easier for parents to get kids to point A to point B. Our moms could drive us anytime, anywhere. Fast forward that today, and it's a much different story. Modern families, how lives can become quite complicated, moving kids from point A to B, activities, both parents working, and single family dwellings, or single parent dwellings. In fact, there are 35 million families that fit into this category between Canada and the United States. So that is our target market. It's quite large. Options right now are quite limited. You may think, well, I'll put my child in an Uber. Actually, it's against our terms of service to put a minor in one of those vehicles without an adult. You may be a little bit desperate. I'll put my child in a cab. Personally, I'm not putting my kids in a cab. I don't know who the driver is, and there's no monitoring whatsoever. There are some spotty hyperlocal solutions in Canada. One in Calgary. They operate half the city and 2 in Toronto, but it's a booking-based format. It's not app or tech-based with live tracking, for example. So introducing Kago, your kids on the go. Safe, transparent, flexible, and reliable rides for kids 5 to 17 years of age. Now, what's our difference? Well, first off, we do have that live tracking. We do have people monitoring these rides all the time. And our driver community. Our drivers are highly screened. They are interviewed, and they are trained. Like I always like to say, we're not delivering pizza here. So safety at the center, trust is at our core, and that's what shapes this business model. So how do we make money? We have a 70-30 split with our drivers. We have a booking fee that's paid 100% back to Kago, and that'll vary from city to city. And of course, our relationships with the school boards and associations. In fact, school boards are actually spending millions of dollars every year hiring cabs to take kids to school and home again. They do not like to talk about it, and they want to change immediately because of the unreliability and the security. So, market expansion. This is a big space. We project by the end of 2026, we should be looking at around $210 million. That includes 29 cities in Canada. There's actually 51 in our books that qualify, and that includes Austin, Texas, one US city or population equivalent, and that happens to be where Megan lives, is in Austin. So you need the right team. So we have advisor out of Chicago, Sherry there, Mark out of Calgary, and of course, Megan's one of the VPs with PayPal. She's in charge of global communications, has spent her entire career in tech business. Of course, myself, 30 years in business, getting the right people in the room to find out the solutions and get the job done. And of course, I'm like many of you, I think outside the box, and it has always served me well. Do we have one more? There we go. So this is our current ask. We're sitting right at beta here, about to get rolling. This ask takes us through Saskatoon, Regina, Edmonton, includes all those key hires. We'll support agents that will be doing the monitoring, and of course the licensing, a little bit of legal, the usual stuff. So we believe that this space is massive. It's got incredible opportunity, and we hope you see that as well. Thanks.
Thank you. My first question is, are you available tomorrow?
I wish. I am asked that on a weekly basis. This problem is occurring every single day. Oh, sorry. This problem is occurring every single day. I wish I was available tomorrow there.
No, I love the product. I'm having a mental block.
I could ramble on about anything. Just say it.
I had a question in mind. It's just I'm looking to the chat if anyone has a question. Yeah, what's your biggest roadblock you see or you've encountered so far?
Our big discussion is having those quality drivers. We're looking for a specific person. We do believe, though, that we're going to attract drivers that would never drive for Uber, never drive a taxi, and we believe we're going to be able to coax them out. And that's really, we're not going to saturate the market either with drivers in each community. We want these people to make a living according to what schedule they want to do. So we will not flood the markets. And that's going to be key, that driver community and establishing that and have that grow and stay stable.
And do you see that as a challenge when you move to different cities?
I think it will be that same challenge in promotion awareness and developing that community in every center. It won't matter whether it's Regina or Toronto. It will be the same. The thing is why we wanted to start in our own backyard, like we grew up together, was establish that blueprint in Saskatoon, move to Regina and go to the larger cities. So Edmonton's on the block first, Toronto, obviously, Vancouver and area, obviously, and then in the United States. We've got lots of key people in the US to develop those centers. But that blueprint, we wanted to develop at home and then expand.
Great. Thank you so much. Good luck.
Awesome. Thanks, Jeff. Thank you, Louis, Runnr. Those are very exciting pitches. We thank you, Tahira. That's I think you're finished now for the evening. You're all questioned out. And now you get to just hang back and take some notes on these awesome companies. Very exciting. I thankfully do not have kids, so that's not a problem for me, but I know a lot of people, a lot of our investors keep telling me that they have to drive their kids around, and I'll call them in the call and hear them screaming in the background. So very excited for our next block of pitches and to bring up our next best friend forever up on stage, a personal friend of mine, and a great friend of Startup TNT. We've got Lawrence from BDC coming up on stage next to introduce our next block of companies. And then our Q&A is going to be with Tom Kishak, who will be coming up right after that. Take it away, Lawrence.
Hello there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Perfect. So thanks again for having me, Jesse. Excited to be here. And good afternoon, everyone. As mentioned, my name is Lawrence Zaharia, and I am a senior account manager with the Business Development Bank of Canada, also known as BDC, here in Saskatoon. BDC is a federal crown corporation dedicated exclusively to grow and support Canadian businesses. We serve over 62,000 entrepreneurs across the country, of which 3,500 and growing are businesses in the tech sector. And as Canada's development bank, we understand that the success of the tech industry is vital to Canada's prosperity. And that's why we're playing a leading role in providing capital and advice to tech companies across the country. Specifically for financing, post-seed investment and pre-series A is where we typically fit. We provide non-dilutive growth capital right after product market acceptance, when there is revenue traction, to help fuel additional growth before the next fundraising round. So with that being said, on behalf of the BDC, I'm honored to get the opportunity to introduce the next founder in the company on stage, Parker Wells from Barnstorm AgTech.
Hey, thank you. Can everyone hear me okay? I think that was a yes.
We can hear
you. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so my name is Parker. I'm a farmer, which explains all of this. I apologize. I just jumped off the cedar to give this pitch, and I'm running right back out there. And that's why I founded Barnstorm AgTech, is to give farmers back what matters most, which is time. And why are farmers like me short on time? There's a ton of reasons, but mainly because we're short on labor. We've got seasonal fluctuations, rural locations, and poor working conditions, and farms like mine can't find the employees that they need. Now, it's a problem that affects the entire farm industry, but for just grain farms, just in Canada, it costs us $500 million every year. And it's only getting worse with a 25% shortfall expected by 2029. Now, luckily, there's a solution right around the corner, automation. So AI, SLAM, machine learning, all those fantastic buzzwords are already well on their way in agriculture. So a car can drive itself across North America on public highways, and it's way easier for a tractor to drive itself across a field in a straight line. So everybody takes our tractors and they'll make them self-driving, right? I think there's a better way. Here on the prairies, farmers are pulling huge 100-foot wide equipment with machines cranking out more than 600 horsepower. But the only reason we need such big equipment is to maximize labor efficiency to compensate for employee shortages, which AI also solves. So we now have the technology to put an AI driver in every tractor in the country, so we don't need to make them big anymore. This is what Barnstorm is bringing, swarms of small driverless tractors that can perform all of the same field operations as the bigger machines. You do that, suddenly you've got more precision without more complexity, less soil compaction, higher field efficiency, and we can load our machines up on a semi-trailer and move faster than any other field equipment. There's no single point of failure, so if one breaks down, the rest keep going, and smaller machines implicitly mean safer ones too. Our machine is designed from the ground up to have the flexibility to perform as many field operations as possible to maximize asset utilization. With a diesel hybrid powertrain, because full electric just doesn't work out here yet. And we support an open API to encourage as many implement partners as possible. Now, AgTech has an adoption problem, and I believe that farming as a service or custom farming is the best way to overcome that in the early days. With our rapid transport system, we can come to you, the farmer, and let you try a field or two, paying on a per acre basis. With a central hub in Saskatoon, we have access to 14 million acres of farmland within a day's drive, just along Highway 16. It's a $28 million obtainable market, and as we grow and incorporate franchising and sales across the prairies and globally, the total market shoots up to a massive $100 billion. Now, we raised $1 million last year, and we have a 3-robot swarm up and running with our R&D partner in India, soon to have diesel-powered robots operating on my farm here in Saskatchewan later this year. So we're in the process of raising another $1 million for further development before we launch our MVP with a handful of beta customers in 2023. Now, the AgTech market is super hot right now, and new startups are cropping up every week to take on the big incumbents like Deere. But big and small, none of them are seeing the big picture like we do. Our team has solid roots in farming and robotics, hardware and software, finance and business, and we are going to change farming as we know it. Thank you. Any questions? Oh, there we go.
Thanks, Parker. Great pitch. Few questions for you. You mentioned the trial in India. Can you share a little bit more about how that went?
I wouldn't call it a trial in India. That's where our R&D facility is right now before we move them over here to Canada. So the actual field scale trials are going to be done here on my farm in Saskatchewan. In India at the moment, it's basically just running around in the backyard, making sure they can go over rocks and things like that. The real test is going to be here.
Okay, good, thanks. So can you share a little bit more about the revenue model? Who actually owns the equipment, and how does the producer get access to that equipment?
Excellent question. The farming as a service, or custom farming, is like the traditional term for it. Farming as a service is just the buzzword that we've latched onto. But that's essentially the idea of, you know, if your neighbor has a tractor and a piece of equipment that you don't have, you can essentially hire him to come and do the job for you, right? So that is the way I feel the way to get farmers using these machines. The whole issue with buying an experimental, very expensive piece of robotic equipment for a farm, and then, you know, hoping everything goes well is a serious problem for adoption. So I think if you can go in and you can say, well, you know, we'll do a quarter section for you at, you know, $2 an acre, $5 an acre, something like that. That gives farmers the opportunity to test it out, see if they like it, you know, get us actually acres covered and be able to, you know, find out what works and what doesn't. Long term, I definitely think sales is the way to go. Farmers want to own these machines, but you know, looking at DOT or Raven OmniPower now, I love that. It's fantastic, but it costs $1 million with all of the implements, and it's really hard to justify for a farmer who is potentially far away from the service center, you know, who doesn't necessarily have the ability to support it, things like that. that causes problems. So I think the farming as a service to introduce them to farmers and then move on to sales from there is the way to go.
Okay, great response. Thanks very much, Parker. Good luck.
Thank you. I will need it on the cedar.
Lawrence.
Yeah, so presenting next is Dylan Petucha from Cohcoon.
Oh, sorry.
I'll just shout. Real loud. Forward. Forward. Backward. Nice. Okay. Is that close enough, Jesse? Yes. Okay. Got the right button here. Hi, everyone. I'm Dylan from Cohcoon, and I am here to talk to you today about drinking water in Canada. We have more than 2,300 communities that are still vulnerable to long-term drinking water advisories. And it boils down to a people problem. There we go. Sorry, just getting used to the clicker there. If you follow the path, it makes sense. We have operators trying to learn how to run their systems, and it is literally like drinking from a fire hose. Training thus far, I hate to say it, but it's been ineffective. And it has just not kept up. And I don't know how it can, because systems are continually getting more and more complex on a regular basis. It's basically an impossible position that more often leads us back to the drinking water advisory. And I've actually seen it happen firsthand. Our software is breaking this cycle. We focus everything around what the people need, combining training, maintenance, supply chain, and data management all in one platform. Now, typically, what you would do with a platform like this is charge a subscription fee, but we like to think bigger at Cohcoon, and for communities, we are offering this system for free. Ooh. Sorry about the woos. It's just fun, I guess. We focus everything, this gives us the ability to scale or to capture the market very fast and scale at an accelerated rate in terms of user adoption rate. Starting in December of 2021, we began onboarding our first communities, getting operators comfortable on the platform and collecting data. There are 29 vulnerable communities on the platform that use it daily. And we quickly were able to build trust and credibility with them because our knowledge base is there and our math is working beautifully. 6 weeks ago, we soft launched our first supply chain management tool, and we're able to generate $86,000 in recurring revenue. In 1 month, we are launching a new revenue stream that's going to allow product manufacturers to access the operational data. And every day we add more and more capability to the platform. So reaching those 2,300 vulnerable communities and generating a $10 million ARR is very much within reach for us in a 5-year lifespan here. We are literally flipping the model and being a socially impactful company to communities while being able to generate money. And here is the team behind the movement. Oh, thanks.
Hey, Dylan.
Hi, Tom.
I had the pleasure of meeting Dylan last week at the UP conference, and I think we shouted across the table for a while. It was a loud event. It was a great event. So great pitch, Dylan.
Thanks.
So what does a big win look like for you with this technology? Because clearly you've come across something that needs a lot of help in this area. There's a lot of communities out there that need this kind of help.
The big win is to stop that vicious cycle. It's honestly a vicious cycle where communities are getting extremely expensive, complex technology implemented in their communities, and within 2 years of of the 20-year lifespan on one of these systems, the thing has fallen into disrepair. It's sitting in the corner collecting dust, and they're back on drinking water advisory. So, like I said, we're breaking that cycle, and breaking that cycle is kind of that's where we shout and say the woos.
Okay, that's great. So what does the next 12 months look like for you?
The next 12 months, we recently landed our first funding through IRAP, and we're hiring our first developer. Or no, sorry, no, we're hiring our developer full time with that IRAP youth program. And honestly, we're adding more modules to the platform on what we can actually measure the health of, if you will. Right now, we're really centered around the chemical systems and the reverse osmosis systems, because that's in Saskatchewan and Manitoba. That is a rampant technology that is spread across the prairies. And so just really targeting those, some of the other technologies like green sand filtration and just multimedia filtration, membrane contactors. The list goes on. So just working on those models.
Okay, lots on the go. Great story so far. We are watching eagerly to see what the next steps are.
Thanks, Tom.
And next is Kevin Jakach with Supracut Systems.
Test. Muted yet or not?
Did I say your name properly, Kevin?
Oh, you're muted now, Kevin.
Yeah, muted.
You were good the first time. No, you're back on mute now, Kevin. Kevin, we can't hear you. Yeah. There you go.
There
You're
we
good.
go. All right, perfect. Well, I'll say my joke again. Lawrence, you totally butchered the name, but that's okay because BDC's already supported our company, so you guys made up for it early on. So
thank you.
Anyway, pleasure to meet everybody. I wish I could be there in person, but we're actually attending the largest trade show in Chicago next week. So the risk of COVID and not being able to get back across the border is why I'm not in person. But definitely excited to give you a quick overview of what's happening with Supracut. Unfortunately, you're never going to look at lemon and lime wedges the same way after you hear about our machine and what we're doing. The good news is we're production ready. We have our patents and we already have existing pre-orders. So we're definitely set to hit the market. What the Supracut's trying to do is actually make the cutting of lemon and lime wedges obsolete. Everybody's seen their local bartender cutting fruit behind the bar. What we're trying to do is make this an automated process where the machine does all the work. And during that process, we're making it safer, more hygienic, and actually less contamination for the employee as well. The global food distribution market is over $5 billion a year. The good news is Supracut is designed and engineered that it can go into multiple countries around the world. Obviously, we're looking for launching in North America, but we do have the ability to expand internationally into different countries. We focus primarily on restaurants, hotels, hospitality, but given our machine, it actually opens up into different areas such as catering, grocery, convenience stores, and quick service and beverage companies. So the market size for us is tremendous. What makes us stand apart is Supracut is the only automated machine on the market. We actually save labor, waste, and money for the operator, but we also improve the health and safety and hygiene for the employees, while also improving the quality and the consistency of the product. I'm sure everybody's been in their local bar or restaurant and had a terrible piece of fruit hanging off the side of their glass. So what is courtesy slice technology? And this is what sets us aside from the competitors. There's no other machine in the world that's actually invented and created the courtesy slice. This is what allows the fruit to hang off the side of your glass. So we've all had a glass of water with a lemon wedge, or we've had a drink with a piece of lime wedge hanging off the side of it. This is a very time-consuming process. What we've done is we've automated. You load the fruit as a whole piece of fruit, and when the machine does its cutting action, it actually cuts it into wedges and adds the courtesy slice so the employee doesn't have to touch it by hand. This is actually 6 times faster, obviously saving the employee and the employer thousands of dollars over the year. We already have 3 patents issued to us in the US and Canada, so we are secured and ready to go. Given our patents, our go-to-market strategy is to do as many direct sales as possible. We want to protect that bottom line with our own sales team in Canada and in the US, doing direct sales and local trade shows. But we'll also open ourselves up to independent brokers and in networks that are quite substantial around the countries where they're actually representing multiple products and they would also represent Supracut. E-commerce will be a big part of our business, obviously in our own website, but then leveraging Amazon, for example, they have their own restaurant equipment section as well, and then different restaurant supply companies. Distributors will play a major part in our business as well, because there's over 1,000 distributors in North America, and many of these companies and distributors are billion-dollar companies already. So Supracut, we stand alone. There's nobody else in the world doing this. We own all the patents to it. A heavy part of our marketing is going to be at trade shows, social media presence to owners, employees, and consumers. We want to encourage the consumer to feel confident that their fruit is being cut by a Supracut machine, that the employee is not touching it at any step of the process. So we do have the ability to co-brand our machines. So for example, we could work with liquor companies or beer companies who want to put a wrap around the machine and have it sitting out in front of the customer so the customer can see the fruit being cut.
Kevin, just sorry to cut you off, but we're well over the 3-minute mark here. So
oh, my apologies. All right, well,
we're gonna wrap it up, and Tom's gonna come up and just ask, I think, maybe one quick question. I think everyone here is excited because we're seeing that device behind you there. Yeah, can we see how it works?
It is. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, you betcha. I'll do it. Really simple. Put it in. Close the door. That's it. In less than 2 seconds, your fruit's cut for you.
All right. Looks great. Thanks for the pitch, Kevin. Quick question for you. You mentioned
some. Sorry, guys. I didn't realize the time was going that quick.
Yeah, some pre-orders. Can you share with us what the amount of the pre-orders is at this time?
Yeah, we've sold over 65 units so far. We actually have plenty of pilot projects with major companies in Canada and the US, such as the Cactus Club, Moxie's. We also have Brown Social House. We have pre-orders from many casinos and nightclubs and restaurants locally.
Okay, that's great. Thanks very much and good luck.
Thank you, Kevin. Supracut. We're definitely going to have to try out some of those lemons and limes once we see them at some of maybe our local Cactus Club or Moxie's right here in Saskatoon. All right. So we're heading into the back half of our pitches. We're about halfway through. How's everybody doing? Really exciting. I've got my beer here. And the reason I have the beer is because TNT and a number of our good friends and community supporters have contributed to the beer tab tonight. So TNT bought the first one for everybody here. So who's contributed to the beer tab there, Jeremy? Do you want to, can you list them off for us?
I can list them off right now.
I know one of those names is going to be tough.
All right. So Adrian Mitchell, thank you.
Woo, Cherry Health out of Calgary.
Adi Bonmere.
Yeah, you definitely butchered that one. And I don't need, but thank you to them.
Yeah. Darwin Lai.
Yeah.
And Callum Doolin.
Oh, Callum's great. Love Callum. I've had drinks with Callum. So if anybody wants to donate to the beer tab, either come find me and we'll get that going, or you can go on our Eventbrite and donate directly. That's how we do here at Startup TNT. Everyone buys each other drinks. We're having a good time. We're making friends, and we're going to be building some companies. So without further ado, let's get into the back half of our pitches here and close us out with another of our best friends forever coming to us live from Winnipeg. We've got Jackie Romans with RBCX. How you doing over there? How's Winnipeg today?
It's pretty good. It's not Saskatoon or Regina, but we're hanging in here with a lot of water in our areas here, lots of flooding. So.
Oh boy. Well, I'm excited to come see it. I'm coming to Winnipeg in a couple of weeks. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about RBCX and then take us into our next block of pitches? And we're going to have Hassan come in for the Q&A right after.
Awesome. Yeah. So very excited to be here tonight from friendly Manitoba as part of the RBCX team supporting the Manitoba and Saskatchewan regions. I'm privileged to advise and support our amazing tech ecosystem from working with founders from ideation to IPO and beyond. So now let's get back to the fun. I'd like to introduce Perfit and welcome Giuseppe Almeida to the stage, please.
She called the wrong name.
Oh, sorry.
I think we're actually going with Annika from, yeah.
Oh, sorry, that was the name I got. I apologize.
It's all good, Jackie. This is how we do here. Annika coming in from Regina, looking good. Share screen, it's yours.
Right. Great.
You're
Hi,
all good,
everyone.
Annika.
Oh, sorry. Hi, everyone. I'm Annika Meng, and I'm from TrailCollectiv, an app that is redefining the way that families find trails to hike together. So one of the biggest barriers for families accessing the outdoors and hiking trails is the lack of detailed information and the lack of safety information. And busy families, they don't have time to sift through all that information. And it also can lead them to extreme dangerous situations as well. So the solution is TrailCollectiv. It's an easy to use app that is launching in June with the highest quality trail information. Everything from the little adventures that kids love, like that awesome bridge to cross or a cool cave to explore, maybe geocaching, to the safety information, like is there an avalanche in that area that you don't want to hike there for? Or are there cliffs, or is it steep? So this is our team. Jess and I are the co-founders, and we're well-versed within the outdoor family travel space. Our full-stack developer is Rishana Sawatsky, and we are lucky to have our advisor, Danielle Graham, on board. So our market is families that are planning day trips and road trips in North America at $100 million. We are running a B2C SaaS business model. Users will have a free trial, and then they will be charged either monthly or yearly, depending on their preferences. And this chart demonstrates just how big of a niche market this really is if we can capture 1% of families that hike and walk in North America. There are future opportunities in the way of B2B as well, and that is by working with business partnerships as well as data sales. So last spring, we launched a very simple test site, and that informed our decision to hire a developer in January, and we are set to launch this June. And we have over 1,200 people currently on our wait list, and we are amping up our marketing and running a ton of customer surveys as well. So why now? 85% of families with kids under the age of 9 love to explore the outdoors and be active. And this has amplified since COVID, and TrailCollectiv wants to be there to support those families. So there is competition in the space, and what TrailCollectiv really keys on is that detailed information, and we're easy to use, and we're inviting for families. And because there is competition, there's opportunities for us to exit because there has been quite a bit of capital injected within this space. So this is today's ask. We're also looking for businesses that may want to add TrailCollectiv as part of their benefits plan. And this is where you can find me. And you look forward to connecting to see how we can help more families get together and explore the outdoors and adventure together outside.
Awesome. Well, Annika, that was great. Great to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
And great job on the pitch, right on time. That's perfect. Welcome back to Startup TNT. And with me having kids, I can totally see this being useful. I like the idea. The app, it seems like it's geared towards hiking. Is it only for hiking, or can it be used for like winter activities as well?
Yeah, so right now we're heavily focused on hiking, but we actually include within each hike, like if there's cross-country skiing or snowshoe trails within that, so people can see that within the app on the hike. And then that offers us the opportunity to expand once we've kind of met that hiking niche as well. So if we already have that data, we can hopefully transform that into sharing more about what the trails and people can search in different ways.
Okay, that's great. So it's not just seasonal or something that's going to be used only for, half the year and then, so that's great. And I think your slide said you're still in the app development phase, although you've got a website that was used as a test. So as you're continuing to develop your app out, and I think you said it should be ready by June, are you going to keep that test site going so you can keep continuing to grow a user base?
You mean our website, or is that what you're? Yeah, so our website, well, we're going to have a blog. So we actually have some blog posts that are set up to come out once we launch. So that's going to be there to bring in with SEO customers to our app. So basically every page will have download our app. If we have a blog post, download our app. So it'll be bringing that user base to our app.
Okay, so while you're doing this development, you're still going to be able to onboard new customers as you. Okay, that's great. And then really quickly, so it's B2C, so really just customer focused, but can you see organizations using it as well, like larger organizations that might want to have the same information?
Definitely. Like one thing we're really exploring now. So right now, Canada Parks is now able, so doctors are now able to give away free Canada Parks passes to their patients because nature is being able to be prescribed. And now, while that's great, a lot of people don't live beside the national parks. And so here's a way that, hey, like let's instead, prescribe TrailCollectiv to our patients instead, because we can access more outdoor spaces for that nature benefit. And then also even just benefits plans, like if you're a business and you want to, encourage your, people who work at your businesses have families, if you want to encourage them to connect and get outside and also just to be active and healthy, give them a tool that'll help them connect. It's life-changing. Like one person, so I wrote a hiking guide book as well. And one customer who went back to buy some more books, she said to me, I quit smoking because of you. I'm more active because of you. And I'm connecting with my family more because of you. And that is like the powerful message that I think people don't realize that the outdoors can do for families.
Well, that's great. That's awesome. Thanks, Annika. We look forward to learning more during the DD process.
Awesome.
And Jackie, back to you for the next company.
Yes, my sincerest apologies, Annika. Thanks for the fantastic pitch. I just had them all backwards, so I apologize. So if I am correct with this next pitch, I would like to introduce John Warren with Navita Energy Inc. Welcome to the stage.
Hello there. Hello there. It's always exciting to figure out which button is which. Oh, there we go. I'm John with Navita Energy Inc., founder and CEO. Okay, so we have a problem today. Greenhouse gases, pollution, manufacturing, and there's great efforts to go to green energy sources. There's a problem with green energy as we know it though. For example, solar. It only produces power in the day. If you need power at night, you don't get juice. So we use batteries. Now, batteries have their own ecological problems. They don't last forever. It's a big issue. So we have a patented solution to solve this problem. I'll get into it. Okay, so look at this device in front of me. I don't know if it's visible from where you are. This is a low temperature differential Stirling engine. It can run on the heat of your hand, really low temperature. The environment changes temperature much faster than this block of aluminum or a tank of water. Therefore, there's always a difference in temperature enough to run a machine. I've got a video of this machine running at 25 below at night in Melville, just off environmental heat, runs for weeks. We are better than the other guys. We don't need batteries. We run day or night. And we actually have a pretty good footprint so far. Our initial market opportunity, because of the way this works the best, we would like to operate in a more arid climate, like Southwest United States, for example. 19.1 million customers, spending $27.8 billion a year in electricity. We are better. What our customer is going to want is that we can, we want to produce power at the same level that they currently use for their residents. We want the cost of this to be the same with financing as our current power bill, and our goal is to have them off the grid in 6 years. We have done the research and development. We've cut lots of steel. We've made lots of machines. We've proven the science. We're now on the engineering phase. We wish to raise $3 million overall to finalize engineering, certification, field testing, and to start into manufacturing. I have a group of great friends who are incredibly talented with many skills that have been advising me along the way in the process. Okay, time for questions.
Hi, John. My name is Hassan Nakvi, joining you virtually from Regina. I'm one of the ambassadors for Startup TNT down here in Regina. How you doing?
Doing good. Glad to meet you.
Glad to meet you. Welcome to Startup TNT. Yeah, really interesting. I wish you could maybe get more into the tech. I know we don't have a lot of time to dive into that, but like this device, how large is it? How much power is it going to produce? Like, can you give us a little bit of its scale?
We're targeting 20 kilowatts. That's our target goal. And it's going to be in a range of 8 feet by 20 feet by 3 feet.
So is it something I would just like stick beside my house or?
That's correct. Yep.
Okay, cool. And it would just constantly just keep producing power day and night. So obviously it's got to have, you got to regulate it. So you still got to end up storing the excess power somewhere, right? Or you just going to the grid?
See this block of aluminum? I don't know what you can see.
I can't. Oh, it's actually there. Okay, I can't.
Yes, right there. So when it's sunny in the day, the heat of the sun makes power and charges the battery of aluminum. At night, when it's cold, the heat that's in the block of aluminum runs the machine backwards. So it's a battery that works both ways.
I see. Okay. I didn't see the device there. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's kind of hard to show.
Cool. No, that's great. I'd love to dig into that a little bit more deeper during the due diligence. What about regulatory hurdles or other things of that nature to get the tech to market and to be commercially viable?
So part of the raise is to CSA, UL, and other standards.
Okay, so
there's a certification process.
Right. So so that's something you guys have considered as a work in progress. Okay, that's awesome. Well, thanks very much, John. Really looking forward to digging into this tech in the weeks to come during the DD. Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you too. You have a good day.
Thanks, you too. What are you, Jackie?
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. That was a great pitch. I am now, I think I'll probably get it right. The second time is a charm, I think, on this one here to welcome Perfit with Giuseppe Almeida to the stage.
Giuseppe. You're just helping our last presenter off the stage because he's such a gentleman.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. My name is Giuseppe Almeida, and I am the founder and CEO of Perfit, which is a science-based virtual fitting room for brands and retailers to give their clients a 24/7 in-store experience. And our tech helps increase sales, reduce returns, and saves the planet all at the exact same time. Awesome. There's two reasons why we started this company. The first is sustainability. You may or may not know that the fashion industry is the second biggest polluter of air, land, and water, second to the oil and gas industry. And the other reason why we did it is because as a fashion stylist, we would have clients who love buying new things, but really disliked the shopping experience. They didn't like the crowds. They didn't like the dressing room. And most of all, the anxiety that came over them because of it. And we wanted to solve that problem. But what if it didn't have to be that way? What if we could, while you shopped, you could save the planet? And what if you could transport yourself into a virtual fitting room where an avatar was present with your measurements, your body shape, your size? And what if you were suggested clothing, accessories, and shoes that would fit you perfectly? Because of that passion, we set up a team of physicists, computer modulation, mathematicians, as well as business leaders in order to help us create the technology, as well as to make sure that our business plan is going to be amazing. And here's the technology at work. What we do is we can either take a pattern or the measurements of a shirt or any garment and recreate it by simply mirroring the manufacturer's assembly process. From there, we're able to create your avatar and your body with your body shape and size by only uploading 4 pictures and 4 measurements. And then our physics engine is able to marry the two together in order for you to see and almost feel how that garment's going to be on you. We do have competitors, but our competitors have a limitation on accuracy with the avatar for body shape and size. They have limitation on the style of garment, where they can show you what it may look like, and the final representation is a little bit off as well. And we've solved all 3 issues. Our revenue model: subscription, commission, and ads. And our total TAM is 585 billion, and this is separated in 3 categories: athletic apparel, semi-pro leagues, as well as universities. And our current traction is the Saskatchewan Rattlers, Me Sports, as well as Blue Rickshaw. And we have also just finished raising this week $50,000 for our from investors. There we go. And our ask is to raise another 450,000 for our 450,000 to increase our technology, as well as to hire top talent. Yeah, my name is Giuseppe, and I look forward to hearing your questions.
Hi, Giuseppe. My name is Hassan. I'm in Richmond.
Hold the mic.
How you doing?
Doing well. Thank you.
Awesome. Great meeting you. Nice pitch. A really interesting idea. I really like the concept. Can you just speak a little bit to the measurements? You said it's just 4 measurements on the person that are needed?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the clothes themselves, those specs come from the manufacturer, or do you just get them, you get those directly off the clothes?
Yes, there's 2 ways. We can grab the patterns from the manufacturer and assemble them digitally, or we can measure out the clothing themselves and then again reassemble them digitally.
Cool. And I'm just wondering, in order for the clothes to look right from your physics model, do you need the material type as well, because you need the weight of the fabric for it to drape properly, all that kind of stuff?
Yes, that's exactly it. And
Okay.
and most manufacturers and most brands have all the compounds of what the material is made of right on the tags.
Awesome. And that tech, sorry, I think I may have missed it. Is that still under development, or that's all done?
It's an ongoing process as every tech is, but we have our MVP and we'll be ready to launch by the end of this month.
Awesome. That's great. Well, congrats on getting that first raise. Thanks very much for the pitch, and look forward to learning more during the DD process.
Thank you very much.
All right, Jesse, I think we're back over to you.
Yeah, it's back to me now. Hassan, how's it going down there in Regina? You guys got a good party forming there at Cultivator? Yeah, you're stuck in the room. I'm sure they're having fun.
I'm in the room, but everyone else is partying next door.
Oh, there you go. Well, yeah, just a reminder, we are operating in 4 cities. We're in Edmonton, Calgary, Saskatoon, Regina for the happy hour. Really excited that we're going to be in these territories, and we're actually going to be expanding very soon. Where are we going, Jeremy?
Well, hopefully we're going to Manitoba.
Yeah, we are. We're going to Manitoba. May 26th. It's going to be our very first happy hour in Manitoba. Make sure you tell all your friends in Winnipeg. I'm going to be there for that night. It's going to be a lot of fun. It sounds like Little Brown Jug is probably going to be where we're going to end up. But if you want to learn more, check out our website, startuptnt.com/events. We will post it there. All right. With that, let's head into our next block of pitches and another best friend forever. We just shared a drink on Tuesday night, was it? Yeah. And I'm excited to have him come up here and talk a little bit more about our friends at CBRE. We've got Luke Jansen. Come on up.
Awesome. Thank you, Jesse. One thing that we emphasized on Tuesday night is that CBRE is a real estate company. We're the world's largest commercial real estate company. But me and Jesse talked with my coworker, Ben, and we wanted to emphasize that even if you're not looking for space, our team has some great local area knowledge. We'd love to talk anytime. And we're just excited to learn about Saskatoon's tech scene. My personal experience with Saskatoon's tech scene is I was lucky enough to work with Vendasta on their expansion in the Saskatoon Square. And then River Landing, we moved 7 shifts into some space there. So that was really exciting. And I kind of jumped right in and got working in Saskatoon's tech scene. A little more on CBRE is that we do retail, we do office, we do industrial, and we do land sales, leasing, all of it. So if you have any questions about any of that, how to best utilize your space in your startup, anything like that, we're happy to help. But we're also just happy to chat about kind of your needs and what you want to do going forward. So without further ado, I will introduce Sam from Homeclick to come up and do his pitch.
Pitching virtual.
Be virtual and do his pitch.
Oh, we just can't hear you, Sam. I don't know. Let's give it a second. We're having technical difficulties.
Hello, how about now?
Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're good, Sam. Yeah.
Can I hear you? Are you guys able to hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us? Yes. Giving you a thumbs up. Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, all good. Awesome.
They just can't hear us. That's fine.
Okay, awesome. So thank you for your patience. My name is Sam Kajayev. I'm the CEO and founder of Homeclick. We're here to deliver a modern and integrated home buying experience. So the problem we're trying to solve is there's a lack of cohesiveness in the home buying journey. You have products such as the property purchase itself and adjacent services, mortgage, title insurance, property appraisal, that are all paper-based, needlessly repetitive, and prone to errors, therefore slow. More importantly, purchasing a property and obtaining a mortgage are fundamentally disjointed, separate processes. Quick fact, average time for mortgage pre-approval is 4 weeks. Average time to sell a property in today's market is 3 days. That shows you how much these industries just do not see each other. Why attempts to fix this problem have failed so far? There's complexity. Buying a property involves at least a dozen different products, some of which are extremely regulated. Modernizing incumbents is slow and difficult, and scaling takes a very long time. Market size for all of the real estate in Canada last year was 300 billion as to overall value, largely considered the largest undisrupted market. And about $12 billion have been spent in Canada on processing mortgages directly and through third parties. Our model, so what are we doing different? Our model is incumbent enablement. We're not a digital brokerage or a lender, nor do we tend to be. We're a fully digital home buying platform by improving and connecting disparate services into a single API-based backend infrastructure. So all you need is, the only person that you need to be talking to is your realtor. Your realtor will have access to Homeclick that will automatically sync and integrate all these disparate players and digitize their solutions. Our operating model is to be vendor and product agnostic, meaning that we would like to have as many different products from as many different companies as possible. Great efficiencies through integration, digitization, and bundling the entire journey into one will cut processing times by 95%. We're free for real estate agents and their clients. We charge lenders a percentage of the fulfilled mortgage amount. Key differentiator that I always like to mention, 85% of residential real estate sales in Canada have involved a real estate agent. Yet most startups that you look at, they aim to either replace realtors or cut into their fees. In our model, they're key partners for adoption. So far, what do we have? We've built relationships with most real estate boards in Canada and forged data sharing agreements. Currently, we're the only company allowed to process the feed of MLS data in Canada. That's extremely, extremely valuable because we're partnering specifically with real estate boards. We built one of the best electronic appraisal products, took us about a year and a half and a lot of resources spent. We're on traction to sign 12 boards until the end of 2022 to offer this as a product to realtors. Currently, we're actively working on deals to allow us to start automating pieces of the home buying journey with mortgage lenders and insurers. Those are the key members of my team. So myself, I previously had experience running a real estate company. We successfully sold it to Canadian Real Estate Association. So I have experience with tech data. Our total team is bigger, but the people that I mentioned here are battle-hardened engineers that have been extremely good in building out projects, especially the ones that involve a lot of machine learning knowledge. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Sam.
All right, thanks, Sam. That was thanks very much for the pitch. And sorry, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Or maybe Sam can't hear you.
Yeah,
He's
Sam,
having
are
that
you?
problem.
I don't think
You'll just have to race down the hallway and come see you.
I should just bring him into the room that I'm in.
Yeah, I was like, just race down the hallway and grab him.
Okay,
there we go. We're good. We're good. We got it.
Okay. My apologies. All right, Sam, you can hear me now?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, great. Nice to meet you, and congrats on your first TNT pitch. Really interesting idea. Do you have revenue yet on this from this platform?
So we have revenue from the valuation piece.
Okay, so you're already generating revenue already? Yep. Okay, cool. And so as these other components, as you build out and expand on these other components, and that's basically what you're going to be, that's what the next steps are, I assume, right? As you add in components?
Yes. So just to be clear, so the industry term is automated valuation models, also known as electronic appraisals. By far, probably the most resource heavy product to develop. It involves a lot of machine learning. It has to be precise. Other pieces such as underwriting, closing software, we expect them to be less heavy on the budget and on timing. So we think we've started with this significant piece that allowed us to start monetizing it right away, and we can later plug it into the larger offering.
Okay, cool. And competitors, can you just touch a little bit on the competitors out there and what advantage you have over them?
Yeah, so we think there are companies that, for example, have digital mortgages. The advantage that we have over digital mortgage offerings, and there are a few startups in Canada that are doing that, is they do not have a front end. Basically, they have to market their website so that people would go to their website and start shopping for mortgages there. We have an advantage that we connect directly to realtors and basically all the realtors in areas that we're present, and they would be incentivized to offer our products because they're interested in closing a sale. Ultimately, that involves getting a mortgage as fast and as seamlessly as possible.
Awesome. Sounds good. Okay, Sam, well, I guess we'll leave it there for now. We look forward to talking to you again in the weeks to come. And I think we're back to you, Luke, for the next intro.
Thank you.
Awesome, Sam. That seems like it could be a pretty awesome tool for real estate agents and helping to value the houses you're looking at. So I'm excited to see more. Just to let everyone know, I've been told that there is food coming. So if you were expecting food, there's going to be some more substantial food. But before then, Melanie from BetterCart, I'd like to welcome you up here to present.
Just the forward arrow. It's going to work. And then back. Oh, we're going in the wrong direction. Oh, yes, we are going in the wrong. Just let me get back. Okay. Perfect. All right. Well, hello, everyone. It's great to be here this evening. And my name is Melanie Morrison, and I'm the founder and CEO of BetterCart Analytics. BetterCart Analytics is we help grocery retailers and CPG brands make data-driven decisions with our advanced price technology. We have some fantastic customers right now on the platform. So let me tell you a little bit about the market size. Grocery analytics are expected to reach $13.5 billion in US in North America by 2026. Interestingly and very importantly, over 70% of independent grocers and CPG brands do not have any analytics at all. They do not use any. So this is a massive problem. And essentially the industry messaging is very clear. You either, if you want to stay in the market and maintain your stake in that market, you better be using data-driven analytics and be able to use data-driven pricing decisions. And so what that entails is digital maturity, machine learning, and AI. That's essential. So our solution here is to help them out, and it's through the development of the BetterCart Analytics platform. So this is a platform that helps companies digitally transform, execute their pricing strategies, and unleash their competitive advantage. BetterCart Analytics collects a massive number of grocery products and then refines them through a series of cleaning and proprietary data technologies. Then we track all of the competitive landscape, and we do that through machine learning and AI. In terms of the values and benefits, we fully expect our customers to enjoy market gains, increases in operating profit, as well as return on investment of 200 to 300% in 12 months. We're also helping our customers through the platform in terms of our automation, our speed, and simplicity. So there's certainly competitors in our space, but we are highly differentiated along these lines. So it's through our streamlined competitive intelligence, it's our real-time and hyper-localized insights, as well as the actionable insights that we're able to provide to grocery retailers and CPG brands, those that enable them to track and execute their pricing strategies, and to be able to do that in real time, and also the compliance that occurs. So anytime a retailer makes an arrangement, a trade agreement with manufacturers, manufacturers have to have a way to check the compliance of those agreements. So we're right in there right away. In terms of our go-to-market strategy for 2022, we plan on closing these deals, and then we're going to extend our partnerships and take our technology to the United States. Our business model is SaaS-based, and we are our monthly, our year monthly, that'd be nice, 6,000. Okay, our yearly annual contracts range from 6,000 to 30,000 and would increase in size up probably to between 80 and 100, the larger the enterprise. Our financial projections, we expect to be up and over 200,000 in ARR by the end of our fiscal 22, which is September 30th, and then we'll close our seed round. In terms of fundraising, we're shooting for 1 million Canadian in a seed round, opening it up right away here, and that will be spent on product development, our sales and marketing, and 10% admin. Our leadership team, my name is Melanie Morrison, and I live in the world of data and statistics. Oh, it's so fun. And I have a PhD in experimental psychology. I've run multi-million-dollar projects and managed pan-Canadian teams. My CTO, Stephen Parslow, has extensive expertise in machine learning programming and AI, as well as expertise in terms of C-level experience. I'm also flanked here by our team of 7, by Sylvain Charlebois, an industry and pricing expert in Canada and internationally renowned, Jeff Dick of Siemens Digital, who has shepherded us through our pivot, and Max Schmeiser, head of data science Twitter, and of course the lovely Tom Kistruk here tonight, who's had many conversations with me along the road. So thank you very much. I look forward to making your acquaintance this evening, as well as saying hello to old friends. Thanks.
Hello, Melanie. How you doing?
Hi, Hassan. How are you?
Good, great pitch. Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you too.
So just a little, we went over by a little bit, so let's just ask maybe one really quick question. You're focused on retailers and CPG manufacturers, but any thoughts of maybe taking all that data that your app will have and maybe giving a small portion of that to consumers to access? Has that ever been a consideration?
Actually, Hassan, that's where we started. So we have a consumer-facing platform called BetterCart.ca, and we still keep that alive. That was where we started from a social impact side in addressing food security. And so that's a deep-seated concern of mine. It should be probably everyone in this room. And so we started there, and then we did decide that we're sitting on billions of product records, and we can become this massive pricing data company, big data company, and shift it to, though, the independent grocers, not the large, massive chains, and serve them. So it's a value transfer essentially from that social impact side to helping the littler ones along the way and to compete with the big guys.
Okay, interesting. Well, it's good to know you did that pivot, and it looks like you're moving forward in this other stream. So that's great to hear. Thanks, Melanie, for the pitch. It was great listening to that, and look forward to learning more during the DD process.
Wonderful. Thanks so much. Take care.
All right, Luke, back to you.
Thank you, Melanie. That was a very well thought out presentation and a very interesting product. Next up, I had the pleasure of meeting Regan earlier today. I will get him to come up and explain sMedia a little bit better to you.
Hey everyone, I'm Regan Hinchcliffe, CEO of sMedia, and today we're going to talk about an opportunity to invest in our company while we're jumping into a $6.5 billion opportunity from this new world post-COVID. So we were founded in July 2011, and we've been solving problems and catching waves of opportunity in the auto sector for quite some time, and have been able to scale with a product-led service to $5.5 million in annual recurring revenue. So there's a big opportunity right now with the post-COVID world to seize, and we're now transforming into product-led growth and software as a service model. So a little bit of the landscape pre-pandemic in the auto sector, business models and the organizations were operating in pretty static. There wasn't a lot of change. They had the supply to meet the demand, and they were happy selling cars, and there wasn't really a big focus on any big transformations in the sector. But then during COVID and then post-COVID, changes in consumer buying habits, and of course the supply chain issues, dealerships are now really focused on measurement and efficiency, business intelligence, and so on and so forth. Now, the problem is years and years of built up layers of technology that wasn't speaking to each other, tech stack that it wasn't really helping guide the online customer experience. And this really led to a lot of blind spots in measurement, and it didn't really see marketing and advertising and digital investment as an above the line investment. It was more just a cost, kind of like to pay for keeping the lights on. And so a lot of the problems led to a lot of retention issues. The marketing managers aren't empowered in these dealerships and auto groups to really show and make the impact that they really are doing in the sector, but they're not able to validate what their efforts. So another thing that's going to be happening in about a year from now, and this is a forced event, and this is a big wave that we want to catch, is Google's going to be taking away the storytelling aspect of a popular tool that these dealerships use to make decisions and understand their online traffic. And they're taking away that storytelling. So right now is the perfect time to repaint the picture of measurement and success in the industry and to standardize the industry and to really seize a very, very large opportunity that we can literally rebuild the piping, the data flow pipeline in the industry right now and take advantage of this $6.5 billion opportunity. Rick from Sherpa is going to like this, introducing Data Sherpa, a customer data platform business intelligence tool for specifically automotive at this time. Data Sherpa brings together all these disjointed systems into one source of truth. We're assisting automotive through a digital transformation. We have a captive audience for this right now, and we're enabling and empowering marketing managers to make an impact in their careers and so on and so forth. Looking at the addressable market, we have a $1.4 billion opportunity with Data Sherpa alone, but we have a whole suite of solutions that we've built up that Data Sherpa will now validate and make stickier, and we are proficient at upsell and cross-sell and expansion opportunities so we can grow our revenue. As you can see, this is a historical growth chart. Our gross margins are going to increase as we go into a product-led growth model. And in 2024, we're hoping to be at whatever. Okay, all right. This is our current traction. And this is the pie chart. We're raising $1.5 million. A safe round. Yeah. That's me. Thanks, Jesse.
Hey, Regan.
Hey.
Great pitch. I love the way you closed it off there. That was awesome.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Good job on the pitch. Welcome to Startup TNT. Great seeing you again. Wish you were down here in Regina.
Yeah, no, I'm partying with Jesse tonight.
So Data Sherpa, fully developed product, already generating revenue. So that revenue slide you threw up there, is that all revenue from Data Sherpa right now?
Okay, all right, yeah. So the traction slide, I'm glad we can go back to that. So in the first month of soft launch last month, we were able to close 200,000 in ARR. That's going to be hitting our books in May, June, and July. And then with all of our service combined, we actually had our best sales month we've ever had last month in 11 years of operating sMedia. Once again, the revenue is going to hit May, June, July.
Wow, that's really good. And in terms of competitors in this space and how Data Sherpa compares to them, can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. So there aren't that. So in the advertising marketing tech space, there's quite a few competitors. And in the space of the software as a service, business intelligence, tech enablement, there aren't that many. And either way, it's a very underserved market right now. And this is, we have the captive audience now, and we have the opportunity to really seize a big chunk of the market. How we're different is we have, it's a lifetime reporting. And because we're so proficient in the marketing technology space, we can now connect our marketing tech to the insights to automatically leverage it and actually use those insights and action and execute on it. And that's a huge strategic advantage that we have in the market right now.
Okay, awesome. Well, it was great listening to your pitch. Definitely got me interested and want to learn more over the weeks to come. Talk to you soon.
Thanks, man. Talk to you later.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's how we do it here at Startup TNT. We keep it fun. We keep it lively. You gotta love that. Love the laughs and everything that's happening. And we also, we love having fun with our folks down in Regina. It's always good. So I did the shout out for beer sponsorship, and we actually had somebody contribute already. Who is that, Jeremy?
Rafay Al Hussein, $100.
Yeah, threw in $100 via e-transfer. Actually, that's another way you can donate. Beer at startuptnt.com. Nice and simple. E-transfer if you want to contribute. Zach and Tim have also thrown in, and I think I'm going to throw in another $50 into that pot as well, personally. So if anybody else wants to join me in donating to the beer tap tonight, so we can party all night with me and Regan, because we're going to keep it going. The other really exciting thing, just as we take a quick little engagement break here, is that not only do we have our investors investing with us, which you are more than welcome to join. Their applications are always open to join us as an investor. It never closes. So you're welcome to join that. But we also have a brand new capital fund, TNT Capital, that's going to be investing alongside our angels into the winner of this summit, an additional 50K, as well as room for follow-on investment. So very exciting. Let's give a round of applause for TNT Capital. That's exciting. Investing in at least 3 companies in Saskatchewan. This is awesome. So heading into the final stretch here, we've got a nice little block of health companies, and we've got our friends at Health Cities to do the introduction. I'm going to be calling out to Ron. This is always fun when you call out to the virtual ether here and hope that they come up on stage. Do we have Ron from Health Cities on the call? If not, I can do it. That's good. And it doesn't appear that we do. Well, I'll just really quick. Health Cities, really great not-for-profit, based out of Edmonton. They also in Calgary. They're expanding eastward through Saskatchewan into Manitoba because they just got a bunch of money from PrairieScan to help innovation in the healthcare sector. So if you are in the healthcare sector, you should definitely connect with them. Happy to make an introduction, which I have done for our next presenter, which is going to be our very own from right here in Innovation Place. We have Mike with Luxsonic, and he's got something in his hand, which I always think is great to see during a pitch, is props. So Mike, take it away.
Oh, yeah. No, not allowed. Darn it. We're going this way? This way.
Just give it a quick second.
Yeah.
Make sure we're sharing the right screen.
Does that go?
There we go.
Maybe technical difficulties. There you go. Oh, there we go.
I'll try with the clicker.
There we go. Okay, let's go back. Hey, everyone. How are we doing? How's the energy level? Keeping it up? Yeah. All right. Woo! Okay, I'm Mike Weslowski. I am the co-founder and CEO of Luxsonic Technologies. I am also an adjunct professor in medical imaging, and I've seen firsthand how important radiology is to the healthcare system. Thousands of conditions, diseases, and traumas are diagnosed every day using radiology. Without it, our modern healthcare system collapses. But we have a problem. The demand for radiology services has outgrown the supply of radiologists. What can we do about this? Well, we can build better tools for radiologists. This is the main workflow tool of the radiologist. This is where they spend 90% of their day looking at your x-rays and ultrasounds. You may not believe it, but that entire thing, that entire room is a complex workflow tool. Everything from the room lighting to the configuration of those monitors is important and personalized for the radiologist. But this workflow is fractured. A RAD, to get their work done every day, can go through at least 12 software programs, all independent programs trying to work together, kludge together. This room is expensive to set up. It's up to $30,000 just for the equipment in that room. And once it's set up, it is fixed in place. You cannot work as a radiologist outside of this clinical setting. RADs can't work on their laptop like you or I. They're stuck in this space. It's not really scalable. So what we've done is we've created a virtual version of the reading room in the metaverse. Everything that a radiologist needs to do their work is now available on a headset just like this. So what's the benefit? Well, this is a portable system, it's collaborative, and it's much more affordable than the traditional workflow. This is 20% the cost of a traditional reading room. So more RADs can work remotely. It is accessible. They can work anytime, anywhere. So the turnaround times for patient care are much faster. And it's flexible. It leads to better work-life balance for radiologists. This has been a huge issue during the pandemic. So we've got a large launch market of 30,000 enterprise customers here in North America, 50,000 end users, and an obtainable market of $1 billion. The good thing is we've got a team that's done this before. We're all entrepreneurs. We're all specialists in medicine. We've got physicians. We've got technologists. And we've even got a former executive from Philips Healthcare, John Huffman, who is one of the fathers of digital imaging. He actually is one of the creators of this entire workflow market. We've got great traction this year. We've got pilots with places like Mass General, Cleveland Clinic. We've got a growing customer base in North America, and we've got some very exciting news coming in the next couple of months about partnerships and clinical deployments across Canada. But don't take my word for it. This is the head of radiology from Queen's University, Dr. Omar Islam. You've got a truly revolutionary product. Congrats on a job well done. And this is going to be one of the announcements that we're going to be making pretty soon. So we're a bootstrapped company. We've gotten here on our own. We've got a very strong contract software development business that's been funding our product development. We're growing our product revenues right now, but we're raising to grow fast. We are in the market. We want to use this funding to really accelerate our growth, and we'd love for you to join this journey. Thank you. Questions? I don't know. It's mine. This is my mic.
Well, just real quick, yeah. I gotta make, because I always forget, and she's bugging me about it because she's been here since the very beginning. Actually, Kenzie was one of the first people I ever met with Startup Team. The first. Well, I don't know. Was it you or your husband? I don't know. Technically, you walked forward first. Yeah, definitely you. But they've been fantastic. Kenzie Bergeron, TNT ambassador since the very start. She's going to ask some questions.
Thanks, Jesse. Now I'm one for 7 or 8 of these things. Great job, Mike. This is super exciting. Is this actually the technology? Is this a prototype?
So we are a software developer. We don't develop the hardware. Thank you. We don't develop the hardware, but we have partnerships with every major manufacturer on the planet. So we're a software developer. We let other people spend billions of dollars on the hardware. But yes, this is one of the headsets we can use. Sorry. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go.
Okay, awesome. Thanks for the clarification. I'm
No
just
problem.
curious on who is your customer?
So primarily we look at enterprise, but we have 3 types of customers. Individuals who can just download Sievert. If they have their own VR headset, they can download Sievert from our website, pay a monthly fee. Academic institutions, so academic radiology institutions, similarly, but it's more of an enterprise deployment, and the diagnostic clinical settings. So we're looking at radiology clinics and radiology departments around the world. Yeah, so mainly enterprise, but.
Okay, so last question. Now, sounds like you have a lot of exciting things to announce. So I don't know if you're going to be able to answer, but I'm just curious on the strategy, how it changes when you're entering new markets. It's a private, it's a public. Mostly here it might be public, I would assume. So some
Mostly
strategies with those 2 entries.
Yeah, so great question. The sales process here is similar either way. It's all about building trust with the healthcare system, getting clinical champions at the departmental level, and then moving it up the chain. That's healthcare, that's the way it works. And it's pretty well the same, whether we're in a public system or a private system. The speed differs a little bit. We find adoption can be much faster at the private side of things. So most of our sales are in the US right now, but we are making great headway in Canada as well with private clinics here in Saskatchewan, as well as in Alberta.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike.
Cool.
That was
Thank
great.
you. Awesome. Thanks, everyone. And you can try it if you want to. There's an opportunity to try after.
Always love a good startup with a demo. I feel like it's becoming a trend now. We had Teal Electrification driving people in their truck in the fall, and now we've got Mike with a VR headset ready to go. So make sure you check out Mike when we head into the after party. To keep this ball rolling, up next, we've got another fantastic healthcare startup. We've got Heidi Watson with EHIS, as she likes to say, and Guardian EMR. And Heidi coming up and take it away.
Thank you. Hello, TNT. It's not too loud. Hi, I'm Heidi Watson from Guardian EMR. We can go to the next slide. I guess I have control, hey? Aha. So Guardian EMR is a enterprise SaaS practice management solution. So we store medical records And the biggest differentiator with our system is that we're able to mimic the circle of care. So that's a security feature that is not only beneficial for our end users, but also for other EMRs. Our most popular feature that's been reported is that our powerful automation has reduced paperwork burden for healthcare providers and administrators by over 50% in some of our beta clinics. The biggest problem that we're trying to go after in healthcare is data siloing. Lots of EMRs do this intentionally to decrease the amount of work that privacy officers have to do to prevent internal breaches. We are also, lots of the traditional systems are very complex, and they have workflows that are really helpful for some professions, but really cause inefficiencies for others. So we've solved all of these issues with our MVP, including the ability to prevent 100% of accidental internal breaches seen in healthcare. And we are going after the market through distributors and affiliates. Throughout our beta testing, we did direct to end user sales. And so far, we've tested the system with over 60 different health professionals and medical specialists. So this includes live clinics. We have a very small revenue stream from them because they are our beta testers. They put up with a lot. We have initiated our international expansion plan in 2 markets that are underserved, but now cloud ready. We have a distributor that's been onboarded already in Rwanda, as well as we did a partnership with OnCall here in Canada. They're a telehealth provider, as well as we're going to do an integration with another EMR right now, is what we're working on. The team altogether has 60 years of combined experience in healthcare, and we do have an in-house tech team. We've been participating in lots of accelerators to get the business ready for scale. And I've been recently focusing on our advisory board. We've brought on some very intelligent people who have scaled businesses into enterprise space before, which is where we're headed. And we are raising right now to get that product market fit and step into scale. As mentioned before, we have completed our initial MVP roadmap, and so we've expanded it, focusing, of course, on interoperability. The funds that are raised will be used towards completing the enterprise health tech integrations when we get those, and then as well as getting more of those distributors and affiliates. So, any questions?
Hi, Heidi.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
Why Rwanda?
So 2 of our shareholders actually have significant connections in the medical community in Southern Africa and Western Africa. And so we had some really good connections through there and made the connection right away.
Okay, awesome. Competitors, they out there? What's the differentiator?
So the biggest differentiator is how we handle security. So as everybody knows, there's tons of EMRs out there. There's tons of encrypted document storage, but that unique ability to mimic the circle of care makes us more efficient and more secure. So we're actually aiming to bottle that to give and sell to other EMRs as well.
Okay, great. Thanks, Heidi. Look forward to
Thanks for
diving
having
into the DD.
Awesome. Wow. Fantastic. Great traction. Love to see it. And you love to see a company that applied once in the fall and is now in the top 20. We've got a few of those in the room here today, Connor included, I know for sure. So we do encourage companies to keep applying because you never know, as Jessica said right off the hop, what might resonate with our investors. So with that, actually, I was like, I got to double check who's going up next. Yeah, right. We have Babak with Kanatan Water coming up. Sorry, I hadn't seen him come in the room yet. Gotta welcome him up on stage. Fantastic water startup. Take it away.
Yeah. Hello, everyone, and my name is Babak Roshani. I'm a CEO and co-founder of Kanatan Water. And the title is Application of Green Technology System for Water Treatment Systems. And the salinity of the water in the prairie is a 2000 milligram per liter. In a drinking water standard should be below 500 milligram per liter. And based on the census of agriculture, there is a 44,000 farms in Saskatchewan. And the question is, do all of them have access to clean drinking water? And the answer is no, because they are, and also they are using different type of chemicals, required more maintenance and operate correctly, and very sophisticated to operate, and also cleaning in place if they are using the membrane, and short lifespan, and also expensive to replace, and higher power consumption. So our technology, we are using 100% chemical-free, sustainable water solution for cabins, lakefronts, properties, and farmhouse, and also farms. And the technology we implement is state of the art and currently non-existing in Canada. And our process will essentially eliminate the use of the water hauling and transport in standalone dwelling, as well as any disposable drinking water transport. And the market size globally is for a point of entry water treatment system is 12.42 billion by 2028. And we have an existing technology for a groundwater system and also for an urban water treatment system. And we are working to develop the technology for surface water treatment as well. And how the technology is working has two simple steps. The first step is purification. The saline water pass between oppositively charged electrode, which electrostatically remove dissolved ions and leave pure water following out of the cell. And the next step is regeneration. Feed water rushes through the cells at the lower flow rate while polarity is reversed. So our system recover up to 80% of the treated water, and the power consumption is less than 0.5 kilowatt per hour for 1 cubic meter of the treated water, and also easily expandable and scalable, and for a milliliter of the water or 1,000 liter of the water. Advantages is robust, and we have to change the cells every 5 years, and lower power consumption. And this kind of water recovery is between 70 to 80%, and tunable system based on the desire the people they want to taste of the water be, and cost-effective technology and green technology and no chemical addition. Funding team is Dr. Parviz Yazdani and Ann Ballantyne, and with a lot of experience. And Kanatan Water asked 200 to 250K. And we believe this financing will last approximately 12 to 16 months, ramp up the technology for a surface water, and do piloting with the different water qualities, and also build a portable unit for a surface and groundwater system. Thank you so much. Hi.
Thank you. Okay, now we're working. We're good. Can you tell me a little bit about the unit? I need to kind of visualize it and see what size.
The size of the unit is the size of the dishwasher, and not more than that. And everything is compact and no maintenance, and self-sustained, and no chemical at all. Even for disinfection, we don't use any chemical.
So how many units have you produced? Do you have any manufactured at the moment?
We are kind of manufacturing here, and so far we sold 2 units, and we are 5 clients and just line up.
So when you say manufacture here in Canada?
In Canada, yes.
All right. Okay, that's awesome. Patent or working towards?
We are working on a patent the solution, and is patentable but hasn't been patented.
But working towards.
Yes.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks.
You gotta love that when you see the investor continue the conversation right after, because it's so exciting. What a cool company. And so So with that, so we've got a quick minute. We're heading into our final block of pitches, which means the food is going to be coming out soon. So I'm talking for a little while here. I encourage you, everybody stand up real quick, right? We got one last block. Got to make sure the energy's there. So let's like shake it out real quick. Shake it out. Anybody did the wellness experience at Up? You know, doing the thing. You know, bring it down. We're doing the Tai Chi, right? It was a good time. Yeah. So food's coming out. All right. Just a real quick, since we've got some time to talk, well, they bring the food out. So, you know, this is a special night here at Startup TNT. You know, it's pitch night, but we do this every week, actually. And in a lot of ways, this night is special. In a lot of ways, it's not. We host a happy hour every single week. TNT also stands for Thursday Night Tradition, for those that don't know. We host a happy hour every week at our friends at 9 Mile. We've been hosting it there all winter long. So next week, join us at 9 Mile. I'm actually going to be doing a little visit down to Regina to check out our friends down there. But my friend Mike and Jeremy will be there, and probably Kenzie and a few of other investors, and a lot of startups. So join us next week at 9 Mile. We've also got an awesome event coming up on June 9th. Highly encourage everybody to join us here at Boffin's on June 9th for SIEDN, Saskatchewan Indigenous Economic Development Network. It's a mouthful. They're having a special after party. It's a great chance to meet First Nations ECDEV officers that are looking to invest in innovation and startups, as well as folks from that community. So highly encourage you to join us on June 9th here at Boffin's. And then, as I said before, June 23rd, finale night, we're going to be investing at least $200,000 direct, plus our TNT Capital Fund, $50,000. So lots of money be going into at least one company here in Saskatchewan, but there's always more. We had 5 in the fall. That's going to be a tough bar to climb again, but hopefully we'll be investing in at least 3 companies on June 23rd. Okay, so hopefully everybody gets settled back down, because we're going to get started here on our final block of companies. And I'm going to bring us home. So without any further ado, I want to bring up Dustin Ratzloff from Benchmetrics, who I believe is right there. We haven't met yet, Dustin, but I'm excited because I'm the lead on your DD team. So it's a pleasure to meet you. And Kenzie's going to come up and do your Q&A right after. So take it away, Dustin.
Thank you very much. Okay. The forward button. Right on. Okay, yes. Hi, everybody. My name is Dustin Ratzloff, founder and CEO of Benchmetrics. We're a comparative business analytics company helping, supporting automotive dealerships, real estate brokerages, and their agents understand their relative performance to their competitors online. So at the moment, real estate brokerage, for instance, will spend and invest quite a bit of money adding tools to their websites, hiring marketing coordinators, setting up social media strategies and ad budgets to try and entice and influence shoppers online. The problem with current methods are that there's a blind spot in their ability to see how their performance is performing relative to their peer group or their competitors. So that problem is being resolved with our platform. It's a free opt-in platform that businesses can see and track the metrics that they're typically used to tracking, as well as an added layer of contextual understanding to see as a percentile how they're performing relative to a subset of their competitors, whether they want to sort of analyze only other brokerages within their region of the similar size, or for automotive dealerships, how they perform relative to dealerships that sell the same or have the same franchises as them with similar amounts of inventory. We do have a freemium business model. There are a couple of really interesting metrics that we provide to our clients completely free of charge, so they can see how much web traffic they're getting, how effective their social media is performing online relative to their competitors. And then things like how many leads they're able to generate, what the total overall effectiveness of their ad spend is, or how large their advertising budgets are relative to their competitors, are things that they can unlock with our premium package. Our go-to-market strategy has been all about aligning with existing thought leaders within the automotive and real estate industries. So we do a degree of white labeling, API support, and reseller agreements to help get to market fast. So far, we've been able to onboard 1,200 website properties. We were able to reach 6 figures in revenue within our first 149 days from our first sale. And with our existing partnerships, we project that we'll have over 12,000 website properties being tracked through our platform before the end of the year. We're looking for $250,000 to help support our existing development team with the additions of new API integrations, improvements in our UX UI, help out with sales and onboarding support, list of other things there. And as far as some strategic milestones that we've had to date, we are partners with Century 21 Canada, T360. We are in active negotiations for a reseller agreement. They are North America's largest residential real estate consulting company, representing over 400,000 real estate agents across North America, as well as eDealer, which is Canada's largest automotive website development company. Thank you very much.
Close to you there. Oh, yeah, it's a spacing issue. Great pitch. Freemium is a great word for customers, not so much for investors. So I'm just curious. I always kind of drill down on business model and revenue. So what is the plan?
Okay, so right now we're definitely in the mode of get more data points onto the platform, get more users onto the platform. We are already supporting and answering those so what questions that come naturally as they start seeing their performance relative to their peers. In the back end, we're already we're proactively tagging all the websites for those premium metrics that I'd mentioned to you. And the plan is to just flip the switch and then offer that to our clients across North America. But we're currently making revenue on the consulting that comes along with the questions that are naturally being raised through the platform itself.
Charged per hour or?
Well, it's a retainer fee, so we do, and as well as, yeah, it's a retainer fee for our existing revenue that we're generating right now.
Okay. And then another question, I'm just curious why automotive and real estate. I know a few of us in the room are insurance, and there's other spaces where we can see this applicable. I'm sure this is obviously your go-to-market strategy, but I'm just curious why those two industries.
Yeah, well, I do have, well, my history is in automotive, so it was a natural fit, but also just the amount of money that's being spent to influence shoppers online and how competitive it is, as well as they're just, at least automotive is a little bit more tech forward. So I think real estate's, there's just tons of opportunity as well as just so many potential customers. So that's why.
Awesome. Thanks, Dustin.
Thank you.
Hard questions.
Thanks, Dustin. Looking forward to digging into that company and chatting with you more in the week ahead. Up next, we've got our second last pitch. We've got Jay Brown from Pressure Core, who is over there. I have also not met you yet, Jay, so this is awesome. Nice to meet you too.
There you go. Thank you. I'm used to doing this pitch through just Zoom calls, so I did it a couple times today. Yeah, exactly. All right, hello everybody. My name's Jay. I'm co-founder of Pressure Corp, and Pressure Corp is a systems integrator who is turning waste pressure into clean energy. Nope, too far. Back one, please. So you're going to ask yourself, what is waste pressure? Well, natural gas is shipped under really high pressure. When it gets to a place that needs to be used, you need to release that pressure. As that gas expands, that's actually mechanical energy that can be converted into clean energy. So the clean energy project formula is something I talk about a lot, and that's because there's two sides to getting projects across the finish line. The first is you need technology, which we have, and the second is you need to deploy capital. the actual greatest challenge to reducing emissions at scale right now has nothing to do with technology. It has to do with capital deployment. So that's why we've developed a product solution that brings technology that converts waste pressure into that clean energy. And we also generate returns for investors. And I'll go through how that works right now. So this is our system. This is our answer to the formula. So our technical solution is our waste pressure power generator. It generates anywhere from 300 kilowatts to 15 megawatts of power. What we do is we set up a special purpose vehicle for the finance folks in the room that we actually put this technology under, and then we get that funded through third-party infrastructure investors. These investors in return get a long-term stable return at a IRR and a payback that they're used to getting. So this is the Pressure Corp team. This is a very highly experienced team. It's a team of entrepreneurs, engineers, energy market experts, and what have you. I'm on the end there because I'm probably the least valuable to the team, but the rest of the team there is, I'm really glad to work with them. So in terms of our customers and where we find these letdown stations at work, they're kind of found at these 4 key places. First is industrial facilities that have high natural gas feedstock needs. So think fertilizer, chemicals, paper pulp. Within the pipeline operations themselves, you've got big pipes that go down to small pipes, and there's letdown stations at them. In front of gas power plants, your existing natural gas power plant. And then at city gate stations, which is essentially where gas is collected outside of a city before it comes into the residential area. So this is our project pipeline right now. We've got 6 projects that we've got on the pathway. 5 of them right now are on the path to term sheets, and then we have 1 on the way to a pilot project. This represents about 5.4 megawatts under power management. The returns and whatnot on that, I'm happy to share them with you after if you want to come talk to me. And then we also have our offices strategically set up. So we actually have a Canadian corporation set up in Saskatoon here, which is myself, and then a business partner down in Houston, which I'm going to go visit him in a couple of weeks. So with that, my name is Jay Brown. If you're looking for an opportunity to unlock a new clean energy resource that nobody has touched yet, come talk to me afterwards. I'll answer some questions now. Thank you.
No, there we go. Hi.
There you go.
Great job explaining the problem. I love when a founder does that. Question as an investor. So what is the ask for us? What are you looking for?
What I'm looking for is I'm looking for investors. Now there's 2 opportunities for investors. There's infrastructure opportunities to actually invest in the projects. So if you're somebody who's looking for an alternative in your fund, come talk to me about that. And then we're also just looking for actual seed round investors as well. In the process of deciding what we actually need for an ask right now. The way our business works and the way that the financing works on our projects, we're hoping to only raise once. So if you become an investor in Pressure Corp, we're going to not dilute you on round 8 because we're actually able to self-finance ourselves as every project comes across the finish line.
Okay, interesting. What about, you talked about facility interruption in one of your slides. So I'm just curious, there was solution of insurance. Have you ventured down that avenue to see what that looks like?
Yeah, so in terms of how we build these units, we work with manufacturers across North America. The technology that's in itself is proven technology. We aren't interested in going and finding a new solution in that particular place because that's where you die in 40 years because your tech doesn't get out the door. So anyways, we pre-package and we build on a skid. We bring in systems interruptions of like a couple days. We time it with the facility interruptions or shutdowns that occur at all these facilities. There's usually a shutdown that occurs. And then from an insurance perspective, we're actually working with the insurers right now to build a systems interruption product for us to finance our projects as well as, other standard liability and whatnot.
Awesome. Okay. Thanks, Jay. Great explanations.
Right. And thank you very much, Jay. That was a great pitch to bring us home. And speaking of home, we've got our final pitcher, Tanner Goetz, coming in from Regina today. He unfortunately couldn't join us here in Saskatoon. He was going to come, but he's going to be bringing us home with his pitch for Hometeam Live. Take it away, Tanner.
Thanks so much, Jesse. I was really looking forward to driving up there today, but and partying with the TNT crew. But Yeah, just unfortunately, I got tested positive today for COVID, so I'm so I'm doing it from home. Anyways, let's get into it here. Welcome to Hometeam Live. It's a live streaming app for amateur sports leagues that provides broadcast quality for streaming for parents, coaches, fans, as well as revenue opportunities for leagues. My name is Tanner Getz, co-founder and CEO of Hometeam Live, and I'm coming to you today with 10 plus years in production and have operated a successful video agency. If you've ever watched a live stream for amateur sports, it looks something similar to this image on the right, or there's nothing available at all. The camera operators are usually the injured players who are too busy scrolling TikTok to follow the puck, or a parent using their iPad to film the game. And also due to less fans coming to the venues and the rising operational costs, leagues are also looking for more ways to raise money. Our solution is an app that makes an unmanned camera feel like a high-end broadcast feed. And with our app, you'll be able to watch and rewatch your kids score their first goal. We also add on major broadcast quality aspects, which include score clocks and sponsor overlays, music, intro animation, play-by-play audio. And we also look at live streaming all sports from basketball to gymnastics. On top of this, our app is easy to use, even for grandma and grandpa, has many advertising integrations and an admin portal where leagues will be able to view user analytics on the number of subscribers and viewers from their streams. Our business model includes subscriptions from families, fans, scouts, friends who will subscribe to the app on a monthly or a yearly fee. Advertising is where we'll be able to sell ads on each game to display locally relevant content. And distribution consists of content licensing sales to broadcasters. Our league partnerships are our bread and butter. Hometeam Live provides associations with zero upfront costs to get started with Hometeam Live. And in turn, we have one subscriber included in the registration of the athlete in that specific sport. We've already seen a few of our incoming clients agree to include the subscriptions fees in the registration of that athlete. And Hometeam is something that all communities can get behind, and part of the proceeds from the subscribers and the ads goes directly to local sports clubs and associations at the end of the season. We have a lot of advantages over our competitors, including advertising integrations and no cost to venues. We started the year off with a goal of gaining 35 venues, 5,000 subscribers, as well as completing our iOS and Android app. Through 5 months in Q1 and into Q2, we've onboarded 31 venues in Saskatchewan, Alberta, and BC. This includes 4 leagues with a bulk purchase of subscribers for their athletes that amounts for an ARR of $174,000 this year, all with minimum of 5-year contracts. On one deal alone, we have seen a 2,500 bulk subscriber purchase at $50 per subscriber. All the numbers you see here are locked in pre-sold subscribers with contracts. And additionally, these numbers don't account for the highly watched Western Canadian Baseball League that we're estimating an additional 2,500 subscribers this season. We're looking forward to a ton of growth throughout the year, which includes new leagues in Canada and the US in specifically football, hockey, soccer, gymnastics, and lacrosse. Our plan is to raise 1.5 million in a seed round to accelerate client acquisition, which includes the systems and sales growth and operations. Thank you so much for your time today.
Tanner, welcome back. It's nice to see a familiar face. You and I get to do this Q&A thing again.
I know.
Right on. I was actually going to ask you what you've been up to in the last 6 months, but those last 3 slides definitely highlight that. So congratulations. I'm super happy to see that for you guys. Thank you. In the first round of things, you spent some time talking about more of a B2B model and building out the technology. This time it's a big focus on the customer and changing the revenue model, which I like to see. And now there's people with multiple children and multiple sports. There's lots more options. So I'm just kind of curious to go back a bit and what is the technology? What's the plan with that B2B model? Is that still in existence?
Yeah, for sure. We our go-to-market is still consists of reaching out to leagues and bringing on leagues, and as opposed to really marketing towards consumers. And that's why we've we've had deals where they're actually just including the subscription fees in with the registration of the athlete. So if your kid's signed up for, a soccer association, he would or she would automatically get a subscription to Hometeam Live. Hope
So
that
who
answers.
owns the technology, the actual videography? What's that model look like now?
So everything would be on Hometeam Live, and it would all be owned by Hometeam Live. If you're talking about kind of licensing of the content in the app.
Yeah, well, actually, and because it's all AI, right? So they're following.
Yes.
What's the technology still the same as it was?
Yeah, so the technology specifically is the same it was. So it's the AI automated technology, and what it does is it automatically goes into our app. And so you would see this game streamed, and we would get a schedule from the league, and the game would just start when we say it's going to start. So there's an automation that has been built within the app that can trigger that camera to go right into the app. So if it was like Sabres versus Leafs, let's say, and you would click on that, and that's the stream that would be coming through to that stream, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Awesome job, Tanner. Super happy to see. Congratulations.
Yeah, way to bring us home, Tanner. Love that. Kenzie, we just saw 22, actually 23. We could include our friends at memoryKPR. We saw 23 pitches. What are the big takeaways?
Well, I missed half of them.
Oh yeah, true. But she's gonna watch them later because it's all recorded, so you can watch it on YouTube. Love that setup right there.
The biggest takeaway is each one of these competitions just gets better and better.
Yes.
The founders get better. The
Yes.
experience gets better. They provide us more context. They understand the data rooms and all the information to provide, and they're attending all the events, and the community just keeps getting larger and larger. So this is just so awesome to be a part of.
Yeah, and it's going to be a
Every
really
month.
tough decision, isn't it? Going through all of these companies and deciding who wins. We're going to have to invest a few of those, aren't we? Yeah.
You know what's the exciting part is now Alberta's starting to look at Saskatchewan, like we had first asked about in the first summit, and now they're looking at us, we're looking at them, and it's more of a cohesive unit. And I can't wait to bring on Manitoba too. So that's so exciting.
Very exciting.
Yeah, it just
Love
gets bigger and
that.
bigger for sure.
So, it's been almost a year now. It'll actually be 1 year exactly at finale night will be the anniversary of when we first met. And what did you like? We could not have imagined how amazing it would have been when we first got this thing going here in Saskatchewan, eh?
And we've invested in how many companies? Just
there's
alone with
eight so far
everybody,
in
so-
Saskatchewan. I've heard my dad and I, we do the investing together. We're invested in 13. I think you're invested in a bunch more as well than just the 8 in Saskatchewan. So building a portfolio with TNT, super exciting. Quick shout out. Thank you very much to all our sponsors again, all our best friends for coming up on stage and talking a little bit what you do, introducing companies. Thanks to all the investors who did the Q&A. Really appreciate that. Thank you to Jeremy in the corner there. Thank
Yeah,
you as well on the
welcome,
tech,
Jeremy.
managing his tech for his first top 20 pitch night, as well as Jocelyn and Jonah on the live stream online. Thank you for that. And we've got some awesome food here. Don't forget, June 23rd, save that in your calendars. We'll be announcing live. At least one of these companies is going to get a large investment, but there's definitely going to be more. So with that, enjoy the after party. If you're coming in virtually, join the after party wherever you are, or just enjoy a good beer at home if you've got COVID. So yeah, with that, enjoy the rest of your night and take care.
You